don't like his baby. He's talking a canoe, but he accidentally.
I mean, Kiana does the same thing when she's on. Honey, where are you going? Get me a pastrami.
My channel is done for you.
He just gets up and walks away. Fuck your show. Fuck your show. This is where everybody can grab a fake background. Gino's show. So that you can green screen yourself in. Go ahead, I'll wait. You screen cap it. We help you out over here.
No, I showed balls and I got.
He showed his old in hot water show. Remember there were no rules? Remember Bill Schultz?
He literally showed, if you go to nobodylikesonions.com/ppp.jpg, it has PPP bent over gaping and you see his balls just hanging. Go down, just balls. Take one seat. Gino thought he could show balls and an asshole and a dick on his screen.
Remember? Accidentally left the balls up. Hate when that happens. Hate when that happens. Accidentally leave the balls up.
Who the fuck are you?
But wouldn't Gino, this be great for Gino? Because he thought YouTube was pathetic. He didn't want to be a YouTuber. Anyone that was on YouTube was lame. So shouldn't this be a big victory for Gino?
I'll say this, it's stupid. Nobody should lose their YouTube channel for nudity and all this shit. We are retarded. We really built a retarded world. If you say your shit's for adults, and you mark it as having nudity or something, like, what are we doing? Why are we building a world that sucks? You know, like, fuck. There aren't stone tablets that were unearthed that have the YouTube terms of service on them, and we have to abide by them because one day our alien overlords will come back and... Right? Everybody's seen tits and beans. And if you don't want to see it, you can mark I don't want to see nudity. Just like Google. Just like Google.
Testing my audio. All right, looks good on my side.
Why are we building a shitty world? Europe doesn't have this shit.
Bop, 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 bop. All right.
Of course, with YouTube, I'm saying like just nudity on TV or whatever. Like we're so stigmatized and everything. It's a weird thing we're doing. We're building a shitty world. I don't get it.
But where those good old-fashioned values on which we used to rely.
Assume at any moment a taint and balls can come on the screen. What else has he got? So I am against this. I do think that this stuff's so stupid. Adults should be able to watch adult shit. Period. And I understand they don't want to become like YouPorn or RedTube or whatever, but it's like, okay, so you can't upload porn to it. You can't be fucking, you can't be committing sexual acts. Okay. But I would argue that like reacting to porn or, you know, it's transformative.
My channel is done from YouTube. Am I still on? Yeah. So there you go.
Another slap down by the man. All because I didn't want the vaccine out
Wow. Am I still on Rumble? Am I still on the Rumble?
Hello? Am I
Why
on?
does he look worried?
Am
Why
I
does
on
he
the
look worried?
Rumble?
Shouldn't there be glee in his eyes? In his voice? He should be fucking thrilled. He hated being on YouTube. He hated being a YouTuber. This is like when a guy, you know, the guy in high school, he gets suspended, like, I'm expelled. expelled. I thought it was cool.
Now it's done. There you go. Hey, everyone, come over to Rumble.
Him and Patrick.
Can't wait till this happens in the movie. Yeah, but it's like, you know, like I actually understand the firearm stuff more than the porn stuff, honestly. Or maybe I don't. It's all stupid. It's all just stupid. If you want to advertise cigarettes or beer or guns or titties, I mean, you should just be able to be like, come on down to Jake's Church. Like, you should be able to just. It's just like what do we do? Either it's like when you know, the UK's banned like menthol cigarettes, right? This is really how it works. It's so insane. When I was over there this year, it gets stupider every time I've been. You know, you can't get menthol cigarettes in the UK anymore. And that's been for a while. But now they sell cigarettes with hollowed out filters, just like a chamber. And then you buy separately this pack of menthol cartridges. And you take them out of here, put it in your cigarette. And you have a menthol cigarette. No menthol cigarettes because kids like menthol. Who cares what adults like? I mean, why? Adults hate flavors, so adults. But instead of like, it didn't get rid of the problem. If everybody wants menthol, could just get these cartridges to put in the hollow filtered cigarettes. So, what are we doing? What are we doing? Kids can't do that. We just like, we make a law and then like there's an easy way around the law and everybody gets around the law with that way. And then the people who made the law just go like, yeah, okay. It's like, well, it's defeating the whole purpose. So why don't we just go back to the way it was? It's like, well, children buy stuff.
Kids are stupid.
Look at him. Look at that look in his eye. That's a Ray DeVito look. Olive Garden Italians.
They had it in Australia. You couldn't buy nicotine vape. You could buy vapes, and you could buy vape
I
liquid.
too like guns, porn, and mentals.
Okay. You could buy like vape liquid, and then you had to buy nicotine salt separately, and then you had to mix it yourself for your vape. It's just like, well, then you're not preventing anybody from, and you're actually making it like people could really overdo it. You know, nicotine can give you some heart stuff. Sucking on those jewels will kill you. Seize the day. Sorry, Nikki. Gino's the new Baldo. I don't know. I gotta see them both with it on.
Okay, we're back. Oh my god. This is why, and it was so stupid on my part. I was just showing a dumb clip, and I almost made it to now.
I thought Gino was always right.
You can buy nicotine vapes illegally everywhere in Australia. Yeah, but that sucks. You don't want, like illegal name brand ones. Nicotine vapes are now illegal without a prescription. Cool. Australians gonna sink into the fucking ocean. They make so much money off taxing cigarettes. You know, most people over there roll them because they're so much cheaper, which an American would never do. But like they make so much money on tax. I think a pack of cigarettes over there is like probably like $25-30 now for the cheap ones. And if you want something like Marlboro, it's probably $50 for a pack, 20 cigarettes. And it's Australian, but it's still probably bananas. And you're just like, okay. But it's mostly tax, and then they have a law where it goes up like every 6 months, like dramatic. Yeah, people can't believe it when you tell them. It's $60 for brand name now. Said Copeland. Yeah, so that's how fast it goes up. When I was there, they were 40. Last time I was there was 2020, they were around 40, now they're 60. So that's how fast they're going up, because the government has a tax structure in place that increases it like every 6 months by a percentage. So yeah, $50 for a pack of Marlboro. And if you want some cheap ones, I bet you can get something cheap, like 20, 25 bucks, like 30 bucks maybe. When I first went to Australia, they were like 17, and every year I went back, they were like $2 more. And it's just like, holy shit. But now they make so much money off taxes, like when they eventually choke out the market and make them illegal or whatever, because they're doing it in the UK, I think. Like 2030, anybody born after 2030 will never be able to buy cigarettes in the United Kingdom. Or in Scotland maybe. That's the law they're proposing. So basically, in 2030, every year they'll raise the age by 1 year that you have to be to buy cigarettes. So it'll essentially like lock out an entire generation. Will never ever reach the age that you can buy cigarettes. That's how they'll get the whole country to stop smoking cigarettes. Or everyone will just have illegal cigarettes. I mean, it's so stupid. The UK is like, fuck. The UK is like falling the fuck apart. People are getting arrested for Facebook posts and Twitter posts. It's becoming very, very weird and strange over there. Just very authoritarian. Like, way scarier than Australia got during the pandemic. Like, getting fucking weird. So anyway, that sucks for those kids. They'll never get to enjoy the cool, crisp flavor of a menthol. Speaking of smoking, come to Hackamania. We'll all be smoking. And every time you're like talking to somebody about America and they say like, oh, everywhere's free, idiot. They don't have a menthol cigarette. And a Marlboro pack costs $50 fucking dollars. Holy shit. And your grandchildren will never be able to buy. Like, it's freedom ain't everywhere, and it ain't the same freedom. Sure. It's fucking wild out there. New Jersey Ranger 201. BT Dubs. Shouldn't Gino be in Syria right now anyway? Come on, man. We don't get geopolitical around here.
You know, it's smart and
Hit the
everybody
like
else
button.
combined.
My YouTube is officially dead. Oh, and the Dabbleverse is gonna go bananas over this. Hold on, mute this.
We won't.
There you go.
We won't.
Oh yeah, Reels wants to talk about the high roller dinner. Reels, can you call in? I want ideas. I want to know how this should work. So it'll be a nice steakhouse. We'll do a nice steakhouse downtown. You know, Barry's or the like. There's a few nice steakhouses. So whatever can accommodate us the best. And then, yeah, I don't know how it should work. I feel doing credit card roulette is like fuck. People shouldn't have to do credit card roulette. That's gonna cause a lot of people anxiety, or they're gonna lose their mortgage. Because it would be like if everyone just ate dinner, it'd probably be somewhere between 3 and 8,000, I would guess. Maybe 10. It depends on how many people came. You know, hello?
Hey, Patty Milk.
Who's that?
This isn't real. I thought maybe you'd pick up.
I did.
Hey, I know. Why whenever I'm watching it live, how come I can't rewind it? Can you change the
I
settings?
don't know. I've been emailing YouTube about it. I don't know why it's just stuck that way.
Are you shitting me, or are you being serious?
I'm shitting you.
Oh. Well, I mean, do you do that for a reason? I'm sure I think you do.
I don't know.
Okay. You should lay off the pot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what it is. Thank you. Thank you for watching. I like everyone on the chat to be at the same page. It's another pet peeve. Because the problem is, like, people are watching 30 minutes behind or whatever. They'll start answering questions
If you know what I mean.
Strict. I like to slap everyone on the wrist with a ruler. Keep up, you fucking pussies. I want you to be involved. Anyway, so Gino lost his channel. Kevin's fucking awesome. And is gloating. And again, one of the main reasons I started.
Why wouldn't you gloat?
Super Dip is 'cause this is gonna happen
It's funny.
to everyone. This will happen to all of us. We do anything that even teeters on the border. And you're just stupid to think it's not. And to gloat and to take joy in someone else losing their. And again, you know, make fun of Gino all you want. You know, they do need this money. They do need this money. It's not,
All right, here we go.
it's just shitty, man. It's shitty.
Good evening, everyone. Oop, my chair is slow. Look at that.
Rewind because of some kind of conspiracy. I can't remember.
There.
Conspiracy? Oh yeah, well Kevin does that thing where he's like, that stops the clippers, and it's like, it doesn't. Doom has 3 clips of your show up before the show ends.
All right.
The clippers are not retarded. They know how to record a show. No clippers sitting there like, fuck, can I rewind? So yeah, I guarantee they're probably like starting multiple, you know, all
How about right there?
is tap stop and start again on record, and they can get right to editing a video on a different machine while he's still recording. It's wild what these kids can do. You can do it on the same machine if you got the right audio routing software, you know.
Right, exactly.
Patrick's too high for me to call. I'll call him Friday night. What the fuck, Reels? Call. I'm waiting.
Hope y'all doing well today. We're gonna go until about halfway through WATP. Speaking of which, let me make sure I have WATP ready
She's a high roller.
to throw on the overlay.
Ooh, I'm almost through my first can. I'm gonna be opening up a new can soon. I think I'm gonna do the spicy. Is that what I have?
Sorry, I was busy getting high.
Anyway. Who's a high roller? Balmer, where are you? Who's our guy for the night? AP, where are you? Is AP a high roller? Who's AP? Is this a man or a woman? Rover, you're a high roller.
Nowhere to tell.
Oh, God. Fucking hell. Just Jules a high roller? What about the women? Let's hear the women. If Reels doesn't call, I'm calling back. Call back. Jesus Christ. Okay, I just got a Venmo that says, can you rap about Sketty? That's going to be interesting. All right, we got Balmer, I think.
Boop.
Hello?
What? What do you want?
How should this thing work?
I would say, I'm being honest, I would say, I don't do roulette, because, you know, there's going to be people there that can't cover that, so whoever wants to cover it, will cover it.
We'll just go and whoever wants to cover it will cover it?
Yeah, but here's the thing, let me ask you a question, I'm not even being a dick, I'm being serious.
Yeah.
If it's 15, the talent's 15, and then let's say you're going to get at least one person reaching, that's 30 people, are they going to do that, 30 people? You might need a room or something, bro.
Yeah.
That's big, 30 people is big.
Yeah, I understand.
So that's what I'm trying to say. So give them a call, make a reservation, say I got 30 people.
Yeah,
and,
I
what
understand how to make a reservation. I know how to make a reservation, but they might not split a check 30 ways, is what I'm saying.
No. It's got to be 2 people tops, like 2, you know.
2 or 3.
People. Not fucking 30.
Or, I mean, more
people. Aaron? Let's go to the truck stop. I'll pop for everybody. Come on, let's be fucking.
More people can do it, but people can Venmo each other or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I'm not, listen, here's the thing. Everybody should know going into it, like, what we're walking into. I mean, like, at least the people you call high rollers, just regular people, but people don't mind popping for a check.
Yep. Only
we got
people...
time to figure it out. You gotta get 3 people to
and by the way, yeah, I'm gonna let Balmer and Reels and all these guys let you guys figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. Let's figure out the check.
Listen, I'll get it right now. 2 other people want to get it with me. I have no problem.
All right, that looks good.
But let's be honest.
There, I have that WATP window ready to go as soon as they
$3,000 a piece.
start.
Yeah, it just depends. It depends on what
Let me make sure the audio's on.
Which is doable.
We'll have to cap it at like a certain number. I'll talk to the restaurants. We'll see what we can do.
It is, except for Discord. Discord won't be able to hear it.
I don't want to be one of those guys, so you let me
Okay, thank you.
Goodbye.
Okay, so yeah, I think that's probably how it'll have to go. So we'll just figure it. You got enough riches to, you know, Bentley's gonna be there too. It's not like he's not gonna have 9 bourbons. Everybody will come. No WATP at dinner. What are you talking about? Of course you're not gonna be there. Why do you care, pest? Like, why do you give a fuck? Oh, shit. So, okay, because these guys are going to pick up the whole check, we can't just let free birds come in here and fuck it up. So I think we're going to
yeah, don't want that on.
Like,
because otherwise it'll play twice, right?
contest to win a seat at the dinner. Or you have to get like a golden ticket. You definitely have to be a VIP. You definitely have to have a VIP ticket. If you can't afford a VIP ticket, you can't afford to come to my dinner. That's a fucking fact. That's a fact.
Okay, so now I've got that route.
Then you'll have to be
routed, right?
Meet how? Maybe we'll do first come, first serve. Real said he's paying. Yes, I know Real said he's paying. I don't want to have dinner with you fucking weirdos and wackos. Hi. Okay? I don't need 9 guys.
We're just gonna kill them.
Okay, where's that coming through?
We're just gonna kill them.
It cost over $12.
Coming through comms.
Okay? There's a certain
Good.
I'd be embarrassed to sit at a fucking table with. And that's a fucking fact. That's a fact. And regardless, there's not going to be enough seats for everyone.
I think we're good.
Mania to come to this. So, it'll be fine. Get a hopper and draw names like Steel Toe. I think it will have to be like something kind of like that. But there's certain people who like deserve to be there. There's certain people like Sketty and Tiff and Reels and Balmer and Rover. There's plenty of people who deserve.
When I last played, I asked that lady over there on the boat for money, and she gave me enough to hopefully go pay off my debt. Let's go.
Through the glass, with their faces pressed up against it, staring at our creme brulee.
Hello, I am live.
I wish I could be in there. We'll have a seat for you down at Ruby's Diner. It'll be like the kids' table. All of Melton's angels. That's right. It might only be women. Men are getting. You see what I'm dealing with. So, like, there's a lot of you I would never, in a million years, think could even use a fork. So.
The game does not have a volume slider, and it really fucking tilts me. I'm gonna be honest with you.
George says just go to Dave's Hot Chicken. I'll buy. Maybe we'll do that for dessert.
Can I help you? Yes. Have you got it?
Dinner, just eat mashed potato. Stored in the hunch. It is an awful picture and an awful anger. What are you gonna do?
Thank you, officer.
What are you
That's
do about
all
it?
I wanted. Payment
Your life,
for services
man.
rate.
You gotta.
It's good you paid before 9 p.m. or your door would have been
Can't
locked
dwell on the
electronically.
past. You
Oh, wow.
gotta
Thanks.
Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
This is the.
You do have a pretty big brain.
Steel Toe Morning Show.
I'll take your room here too.
Night program.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM.
We'll work on it. Look,
Anything else I can do for you?
Maybe we can get everybody who wants to be there. Maybe I'm delusional. Maybe 30 people will be plenty. It's going to be Thursday night. It's going to be the first night. So a lot of people won't be able to come in early. But yeah, maybe we'll just make it that we'll call it a VIP. We'll call it the VIP
Can I
dinner.
help
if
you?
have a VIP ticket,
Another
you'll be able
thing.
to.
Great. I love
put in
yes.
Thing, and we'll ask. You have to confirm whether you want to come to that or not by a certain date. And the first come, first serve. We have 30 slots, 40 slots, and that's what it is. And that's what it is. And that way, it's you gotta support the event to get your free dinner, because that's a nice.
Hmm.
That's a nice dinner. And then maybe it'll be a lottery. Maybe we'll do a lottery of VIPs. That's the actual fair way to do it. Maybe. Oh, this will be fun too. I love just coming up with ideas. Every act gets like one ticket, golden ticket they can give to any fan. And then,
Great to see you again.
After that, it's open to the VIP. I don't know. We'll have to figure out how many we can get in.
So you tried to kill Kuno's girl?
We'll have to figure out how
What's
many
up with that? You want to talk about
Will
it?
they let us rent out the whole restaurant?
That wasn't me. What are you talking
What
about?
will that be? How much to have Barry come
Not
out and
all
just
of us.
fucking
Acts like that stick with you for a
cook
while.
out, like
That's fine. You'll be alright.
No one's moving anywhere. Do this shit again. And Kuno's gonna climb in your room at night with a knife.
God. No, every I'm saying
Kuno
Great
knows
Scott
where
is
you
every
sleep.
act gets
The
one
pig
ticket
who
to give
fucked
out.
his
like
window
the
up.
guarantee, like
I'm gonna climb in through that
golden
balcony.
fan.
Put the fucking knife
And
in
then
you.
after that,
Yeah.
it's like a draw for the VIP.
That's nice.
But you and Kuno are good for now. Pals.
But again, maybe we'll just be
Shoot
able to
that
get
shit to
everybody in.
Kuno.
Maybe it won't be a
Let's have a
problem at
jolly
all.
time.
You never, ever know. We're not going to Dave's Hot Chicken. Am I automatically in if Sketty is? No, how do you think I'm going to make a move?
And you're back in
Gotta get you
business
out
with
of
the
the fucking
Kuno.
way, old
Now
man.
what is it?
Kuno is a merciful
Yes, of course.
God to his
with
wayward
couples
subjects.
and plus ones, but luckily most of our fans, look like misfit.
Shitload.
So,
Don't tell the pig shit,
no
Kuno.
plus ones ahoy. And that's not an insult to
If
misfit.
I were
look
The usual
the
being.
same, but
Kuno doesn't
Even
give a
taller
shit
than
about
me.
the armor.
this is
Shoot
real.
that shit to Kuno. Kuno
Best
doesn't give a shit.
dad
Kuno's
by far.
fucking's got one. Look at him. Fucking
This is-
growth hormone shit. He's a giant.
Good
The armor's
evening,
too big
boys
for
and
any man.
girls. Welcome to the Steel Toe
Ugh. Shut up.
Evening Show. I'm Aaron, and I can tell you right now. There we go.
Greg Edwards is like, you look like see, this is what happens when you type too fast. Wait for the joke. When do I ever not self-deprecate, you sacks of shit?
And I'm wearing the same shirt from this morning. This is shown to be a problem for many people, but I believe
He's getting his. I'm really starting to dig his figure.
Kuno doesn't give a
He's
shit
starting to look like a
about
really
that
hot
freak
chick.
armor.
even your
Kuno
maturity,
threw
and
that
I
shit
think you're gonna
away.
get through it, and I think you'll be
Kuno
able to
tried
handle
to
it
get the
okay.
helmet on. It was too big. Kuno
believe
kicked that
Rover
shit in
needs
the
another
sea.
date. It's the 8th.
Rugby style.
We're telling people to
That
come in on
shit
the
means
8th,
nothing to
and
Kuno.
be there by,
Yeah, that shit means
I'd say
nothing to Kuno.
afternoon, if we're
Kuno
gonna
doesn't
come
give a
to
shit.
dinner.
You wanna fuck on someone about that
might wanna
armor?
nap if you're
Go
coming
fuck
from
the
the East Coast.
mustache union fuck.
So
The
come in
jolly
early.
troubadour shit at the gate.
Check in on the 8th. And
Yeah,
check
cock
out
in
Monday
boots.
the 12th.
You know
And
that
if you don't
jolly
check out Monday
union
the 12th, we'll probably still play poker
came
all
around
day
talking about
if
cows
you're a
or some
poker
shit.
person.
Came around
Oh, yeah?
pretending like he
Last
cares
year we
about
played
cows.
poker like all day Monday.
Even your daddy believes in you. Don't let me down, son. I'm the
Hi.
best
Thank you.
dad by far.
Good to see you today.
It's called something people do.
Oh
in real
shit, Reels just said, Tiff, you're single? I thought you were married.
So yeah,
Hello.
he's the one you want to talk to. He's
Hello.
fucking crazy about that armor shit.
Oh, she's getting
Coming here pretending like he likes cows.
Get in
Trying to
there.
Curious, my liege. Why did Kuno feed you
it's
this
Feeling
information?
froggy than Lee.
It's like being on Discord all the time, only there's
Yeah,
people.
Kuno's
and
doing
human
charity
beings and-
today. Kuno Day.
What
Kuno
is
feels
on
so...
Aaron's
Still,
Oh, fair
seems
enough.
suspicious. He may
We're
have it in
5
for that guy,
seconds
or
in. What's
you
on
may be
Aaron's
paranoid.
mind?
That is also a possibility, sire.
I believe
Just a
in
couple of
your
pigs
daddy
snip-
believes
Yeah,
in
you
you.
tell.
Looks like you're a
Let me down,
fagari now. Whatever that
I'm
means. The
best
suspicious
dad by
question.
far.
Your
Now,
testicles.
people who do the most for the show also should be invited. People do cool things.
Kuno
artist
doesn't-
bids. People contribute. Not only monetarily, like a lot of people do work for the program. We might like Moody stuff like that.
It's called
Hey, Kim, let's go over here and talk.
something people do in the real world.
Tim said I'm 300 pounds in your bra.
It's just like
Yes?
being on Discord all the time.
What do you want
only
to
there's
know?
people and human beings, and it's fun.
How fun is it?
Nelson Brothers
No,
Restaurant and Pub
it's not a
invites you to
particularly
dine and
mysterious
relax in
case.
Northwood's atmosphere.
The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
He always makes you. He always whoever his enemy is, he always makes them.
There was some interest in this case at my station, but not for the reasons you have in mind. You seem to wish there was.
What? I'm sorry if the truth hurt you. I'm sorry if that made you cry.
Good point. Martinez is famed for its occult sex murder rights. We'll get on it.
The weary tone is the surest indicator that the lieutenant is being sarcastic.
Wow, really? That's mega sexy. It doesn't have to be murder. It can just be sex.
He's having an imaginary argument.
Sex murder.
No, not really.
Hello, good to see you today.
Listen to this
It can still be an otherworldly. He's basically challenging you to sex it up with a lurid twist. Don't get right into it. Sit on it a bit. Then hit him with it.
I'm just trying to have a little fun. You always say you want to have fun, and I have fun, and you get mad.
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
His disdain is clear. This man would not use such an expression otherwise.
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it.
Anywhere?
No, I'm not in on anything, man.
I don't know what to tell you. It's been a
What's there to say? It's just stupidity. The cop kind. Our precincts can decide if Martinez is
Absolutely.
part of the Denmark or the industrial harbor.
And you being here reminds me I need to get my water before you tell me to.
Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the union make
Let me go refill it.
law enforcement here. And now it's come to its natural conclusion.
My twin's long sleeve has a tear. Look at that.
I'll be right back real quick. Damn, Epic Games, get out of the way.
And really, it's East Coast swaps.
There we go.
Are having the toughest time. Oh no. My twin's long sleeve has a tear.
You couldn't make this up. You couldn't make this up. If you asked AI to make a video of a guy who thinks he's a pro but has no idea what he's doing, and he's a fan of the Vikings.
Look at that. Oh no.
Oh no.
Ow, my sleeve tore. Bad week for the Wops. We got obviously Luigi Mangione.
There we go.
The guy who murdered the United Healthcare CEO, and now everybody's just kind of going too far with everything. You know, there's two groups of people who are celebrating this guy. There's people who are kind of like.
I hope you're doing good today. We're going to be playing this for a while before we go on Who Are These Podcasts tonight. It's a weekly show I go on.
That would be his instinct.
Bruh.
Indeed, bruh. Back to the game.
Action figures need to be.
Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to Police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words.
You guess. Well, I hope your day gets better.
I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they say. Cop off. But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest with 102 cases solved. What I am is least interested in a pissing competition.
And it resulted in a guy getting killed. But then there are people who really do treat this guy like Hassan Piker called him Robin Hood, unironically, not realizing Robin Hood would rob Hassan Piker. Communists, go figure. But like, there are people who unironically think this guy, like, what he did matters. and that like
I've only seen the first episode and I liked it a lot.
reaction that's going to change things. I think the only thing that happens out of this is you're going to get politicians.
I like the studio behind it. I like the voice actors. I like the plot. Seems pretty good. The characters are cool.
The other East Coast walks a little. Here, number 1, Silver Wolf with 100.
So he volunteered to represent the 57, but not out of competitiveness. On the contrary.
Doorman for third, or for second, in third, Doorman with 100, and Trucker 18-wheeler in fourth.
Martinez? Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drain pipe. No one cares about this place. They care about sports. Most of our colleagues don't even know how to get here. Most of the interchange doesn't exist.
This is all for nothing. What's the leaderboard for, Aaron? Who gives me the most money? And then what do they get? To be the person who gave
I might have an unbelievable kill count.
By God, I'm still doing it. Let's go check out what the audience has
I
for us
bet
this
you
morning
do.
before we jump into anything. Adam Simon starting us off tonight with a gifted membership.
If you
Thank
could
very
only
much.
find
No
your
Ben
gun.
15 fathead
Was
with
there
$2
anything else you wanted to
says,
ask about
"What
the
is that white
competition?
stain
Yes.
on your shoulder?"
I'm an unrepentant spoil
No.
sport.
No. How's that? No.
Yes,
And
it's a wholly
Pakistan
pointless
says,
matter.
10-year OG.
Forget I
I
ever
bet
mentioned
you're
it.
not. Says, but the show has been stale and monotonous. Pakistan, I know you're not a 10-year OG.
I know all 3 of them. So don't pretend to be a 10-year OG to me.
Ooh.
Please stop.
Okay.
Please stop.
You gotta stop.
Here, you know what? Here's how we'll know whether or not Pakistan,
Excuse me?
whether or not Pakistan has been a 10-year OG.
Fuck, he's doing
You have
it real.
a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide.
Pakistan. Who was the second mic we had?
Cool.
Who was a
Let me answer that
stand-up
question for you.
comedian, but was white. White stand-up comedian second mic who's no longer with
So, the game starts out with my character waking up from a drunken bender, like 3-4 days. I was sent here to remove the corpse that is hanging from the tree just north off of screen. He's been hanging here for a whole week now, and we don't know exactly who killed him or why. We have suspicions, but I woke up and Kim, the guy in orange, he was waiting downstairs for me because now he's my partner on this case. And currently that's all I really know because my character was so drunk on this bender, he seems to have forgotten like everything about himself. So I currently have like amnesia. I'm walking around mostly killing time to figure out clues until I can figure out how to get this body down. I need to get the body down for obvious reasons. And the only way I can do that is go ask somebody for help because we're both incompetent. I don't know what the story is further than that right now. Because it seems to be holding itself very tight to the chest or vest, whatever it is. Which is good. I like that.
I hope you don't take this the wrong way. It's just a collegial observation. In the 57th, we call it the Jamrock Shuffle. Officers from Jamrock's 41st Precinct tend to move a bit erratically. They say it's a scene-clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering evidence. It's erratic, yet thorough. Prioritizes containers. I'm sure you don't. It's just a stupid interdepartmental thing. I'm making assumptions. We should move on.
If you say so, Kim.
Passing along frivolous interdepartmental stereotypes is not usually his oeuvre. He regrets bringing it up.
Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. If you insist. What do you want to know? That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
I guess you don't need glasses, then. That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic. It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity, and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting.
Matter of fact.
Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist, pan-Isolari state west of the Insulindian Isola. Actually, it's quite interesting. Some would even say mysterious.
You're barking at the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular Rebachelier. What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary. The lieutenant is a police officer of the old school. His concerns are material and extrinsic. But this isn't an old school case.
So you're saying your brain never just warns you? Ah, okay.
So what? That makes you the new school? God spare us. For real detective work, nothing beats a good notebook by your side.
The lieutenant
What does your notebook talk to you?
Small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages. That's where his conversations with himself take place. We all have our different mediums. His is written.
Mine is with many voices in my head.
No.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something, the eyebrow is exercising psionic control over you.
Something the matter, detective?
This guy's got authority off the charts. With just the flick of his eyebrow, he's able to make you his thrall. Nothing. You better hope he doesn't abuse his authority. There's a lot of it. If the lieutenant were an evil man, who knows what sort of havoc he could wreak. Fortunately, he is a committed officer of the RCM. He'll only use his powers for the good of the investigation. The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control of yourself.
His spiritual pressure is off the charts.
Good. Let's change the subject. What do you want to know? Good.
Okay, I guess I didn't ask him about the case.
Yes? What do you want to know? Ah, yes. The case brief you missed. Now I remember. 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez.
Here's the story, George.
There was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. A security guard or worker of some sort, hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth. They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. That's right.
I leveled up!
You mean like a brief? Do you want me to brief you again? There's no reason to wing anything. If you 3 days ago, during that time, the victim had been stripped of him. Okay then. Was there anything else you want? Good.
Cool. Okay, I have a skill point. Okay, I'm almost done investigating that. Okay, I got one skill point. Let's see. I guess I could just keep it for now. I guess I'll keep it in the pocket for now.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and a soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Zach Wingerbrine? Pakistan, please. If you have it, throw it in via super chat or over on the Rumble side. I'm sorry. I'm just embarrassing Pakistan because I know he doesn't know the answer to that. I'm just fucking with that. It's kind of easy. $1
As you tap on the gauge,
There's no use pressing the heat button. It won't.
Translation. We're not going anywhere right now. Alternative translation. Don't even think you can drive my MC.
True.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
From a bidding form for
Cool. We're gonna see if we can talk to Sylvie, and then we'll run the armor.
Don't have any calls coming
Of course. What is the number, officer?
Even sad.
Yes, hold on. Her number is 005 1944 298.
We're fucking wrecked. We're fucking wrecked.
Sorry. I mean... It's probably a good thing, though. I mean, there's only so many times you can talk about fucking kids. And ethical CP and that weird hunchback look. Like, if people don't abandon him in droves after that picture, like, you can't follow a guy.
Imagine the third thing you
Proceed.
is that picture.
Hold on, officer.
Spend the most time focusing on. Look, he fucks kids and he loves child porn, but that hunchback, that's where I draw the line. You can't with a guy with a hunchback. It's like, are we... Again, all these guys care about the kid? What the fuck is going on?
So I'm guessing the numbers are probably.
Well, I guess.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi slowly begins to tap a little rhythm with
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you.
It was only a matter of time. When you make your whole show about somebody else, and I become basically your obsession, like your whole life. Like between him and Nick, they don't have time in the day. It's all airing all the time. And I know, I get it. I'm like a parasite. I get in there and you can't pass me. I understand that Melton can't pass it. Definitely blocked up. Definitely blocked up. Uh-oh, Pakistan failed. Not an OG. So
Okay, is that better? Let's find out right there.
Yes, hello?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hey Sylvie. Good to hear from you. All right.
Scooter G gifting 10. Man, bro.
Oh, right.
Scooter G gifting 10.
Hello, officer. What can I do for you?
7 gifting.
Oh, come on. You could have given me my name, Sylvie.
You can hear resentment in her tone. She's not thrilled to be talking to you
For 20
again.
months as I sent you a CB radio once. I think I still have that, George. I believe I still have that. I just didn't realize it was a federal FCC violation.
Not me.
Troll and fuck with people on there. Right,
No,
such
sorry.
grandiose idea.
I don't.
James Gardner gifting 1. Nobody likes
Not a lot of people have phones around here.
Appreciate it.
Copper thieves take the wires.
But I do still.
Based.
People don't have the money to have the cables put in again.
The fact
They
that
use
you're
the
guessing
Union's
shows you
phone,
don't know.
or the one on the coast.
Dave Mordahl, Pakistan busted. Oh,
So the Union has a phone, and there's one further down the coast.
What are
Got
these
it.
wins?
It's too easy, buddy. It's too easy. Thank you very much. 155 away from today, and Pakistan, thank you for paying for the pleasure. I appreciate it. I appreciate you paying for that pleasure.
Say it again.
So we've okay. So he's not doing so hot. Well, look. Everybody has their crosses to bear. When you make your show based on somebody
It's
else.
literally a guy like sitting alone. It's literally a guy sitting alone in his basement, making himself a winner in imaginary fights over and over and over again. It's when you zoom out on this, it's insanity. I mean, he's spiraling.
It's all got. It's a house of cards. It's all got.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Oh, this seething over there.
It's too easy. All right.
His default setting is like, who's yelling at me? Who's mad? Who's seething? What do the haters say? Oh my God, I do this whole show just to get to the haters. It's like, you do?
Let's get started with the show. This is a guilty pleasure of mine, just picking on people.
I
Okay.
don't want people not to like my
Yeah,
show.
go on.
I want people to like my show. Hit the like button if you like my show.
Yes, I know
the
who you
goal
are.
is to get
You're a
fans
police
and have people
officer.
like the show.
The
It's
law.
insane to be like,
Yeah, I do call myself that, but you don't have to be a cunt.
what's the chat do? They're all against me. They think I'm a piece of shit. Ah, you love it. No? Though.
Hey, let's get started. 155 is the number tonight for 30 minutes of overtime. OGs. If you're a real OG, here's what you got to do. Triple N
Money?
says, I
Is it
called
money?
Loser white guy. Well,
This
I mean,
exact
Dave
conversation
Mordahl is
has
a white
happened
guy.
before.
Is it money?
Establishing authority before
Loser.
this young girl seems to
I
have
don't
been
know.
important to you in the past.
I don't know.
Don't go
No, hold
there
the match.
again.
If Dave Mordahl was on his show, Dave Mordahl is an actually very funny comic back in the day. He never blew up. He was never really big. But Dave Mordahl was a killer comic. Like leagues above, like a real pro, like leagues above anybody I've ever seen on this program.
Asha, baby, I don't do that anymore.
Oh, no,
That is not
I haven't,
something that
sorry.
I do. Stop it.
Oh, okay, that looks good. There we go.
Pakistan stop. Now you're just quoting lore from other people. We exposed
And
it.
then-
It's okay, buddy. Just relax. Thank you for the 190.
Hey, buddy, we exposed you. We got ya. Take the L. Walk it off.
I appreciate it. But it's all right. Pakistan.
It's okay to be a loser.
Okay. Take the L.
Oh, fuck. I have not seen this. Fuck. He's like, you really can. Holy shit.
Move on. I know. It's people have a hard time for some reason taking the L with me.
Real policemen have uniforms
Look,
too, by
you
the way.
guys are not the smartest guys.
Where's
in the
yours?
world.
Why do people have a tough time taking the L with Aaron?
It's kind of easy. In fact, you're insulting me by thinking you could get one over. So at any rate, we got a great show tonight. Very excited. OGs, rally up. Let's knock out 155, and let's call it another win for the toe. Like I said, bad week for Wops. Really bad week for Wops. Let's talk about Gino Bisconti. This happened
He's in plain
today.
clothes,
When I
voluntarily.
saw it, I thought
It's
it was
different
like a
from
repeat.
not
I thought
knowing where
people
your
were picking on
uniform
Gino.
is.
I thought
Hey, leave me alone, my own brain.
There are officers who wear the signature Perseus black uniforms to the highest ranks in the RCM and end up buried in them as well. Others do it more casually. Looks like you're one of them.
So it was a third
When
strike.
I started seeing like,
Was it a third strike, or just like is nudity like you're out of here? That's what Doom tried to do to me
Gino Bisconti
with that Star 80 movie.
banned from YouTube. I'm like, oh god, are we really out of material to the point where
Hey, do you know where all my stuff is?
years ago?
Please, no.
Christ almighty.
Not this
No,
again.
it turns out
Everyone
this
saw
happened
your cool gun
today
detective.
While Gino was live. Now Gino multi-streams.
You were trying to impress some people
on
with it.
Rumble.
Everyone was eating, and
Red Fox Mad with $4.99 says, I hear from people that your phone number is on that
you were
Reddit
waving it
website as
around
well.
in
Someone
everyone's
took a picture
face,
of your phone.
begging them to describe
Oh,
it.
that
You said it
is-
calms you, and then you
I'm
started
really
making
disappointed in
suicide
your numbers,
jokes.
to be honest with you.
It got pretty graphic.
I would have.
God damn, I'm based.
The whole
Oh,
thing is like
those
on
again.
Reddit, they're like
I have been
posting
trying to
screenshots
wean
of
you off
text
them.
messages they're sending to Aaron, and
You
Aaron's
know,
over here like,
when you put your
I haven't
gun,
gotten
your
anything. I don't know.
actual
It's just
gun,
like when he said I
on
didn't
your
call him or
temple
email
and
him about
pretend
the
to shoot your
boxing.
brains out.
I left
Off of
messages,
that,
I called his
people
phone,
don't like that.
emailed him, he signed
I
it, he
remember
set it
this.
up.
You were screaming things like,
No.
my brains are all over the wall, painting them red. I won't be seeing it, cause these are my brains. I can't see without my brains. Very nice visuals there. Some poor sod was trying to eat his pudding while you were screaming, spit flying, imitating the mercy shot right next to him. Spat some in his food. I don't think he touched it after.
No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead, saying things like big bucks cannot lie and guns can't buy money, but money can always buy guns. It almost looked like you pawned it, but believe me, I did not ask. Well, you tried to jam it down the toilet, sir, clogging it completely. After I had unclogged the toilet and retrieved the paperwork, I threw it
I
out
asked what
in the
you
trash.
did, not what I
You
did.
didn't need it.
What do you mean? Why wouldn't I need it? I put it in the toilet for safekeeping.
I am sorry about that. Anything else, Detective? You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not...
Why not?
Maybe, I don't know. I just know I have to take some time off right now. I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
Hey, fuck you.
No, she
Oh.
doesn't have a problem with you. It must be someone else she's angry about. Some other guy. Like Gart. Trust me, you wouldn't want to be the guy here. No, you're the guy. You're Lieutenant Love. Matchmaker extraordinaire. Help the poor girl out, lest she turns into a spinster. What misogyny? I'm just telling things the way they are. Can't a man be honest in his own head anymore? You have to act, Lieutenant Love. You have to calm that hysteric down. Tell it you've got everything under control. Then go and have a little boys' talk with God himself. Think you can do that, Lieutenant Love?
No. What?
I'm not your guy, buddy.
God, what is happening in your head?
Oh God. Please, just stay out of my life.
What? What is it?
Call was terminated by the other party. Anything else, officer?
It's on. The love quest is on. Too late, everyone. It's on. Take it to God now.
Sure, officer. What's the number? And the make of the armor, if you know it. Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful by then.
You stink. But you're also right.
You stink. You smell funny.
Both of those are correct.
The International Collaboration Police, ICP, is an inter-Isoleri law enforcement service, the crown jewel in the moral intern diadem, alongside EPIS and the coalition government.
I have to be right back.
Nobody ever... I don't know anything.
I have to use the restroom.
I mean, come on. That's got to be pretty low. NLO, you guys are down to giving out phone numbers? What is this, like, what are we on, 2 years now?
By the way, I blurred it on my show, you know? I blurred it on my show.
And multiple attempts, I mean, even committing crimes to go, I'm going to destroy Aaron's life.
Nobody ever said that. Play a clip. Play a clip.
Play the clip. Play the clip.
I'm gonna destroy Aaron's life. Remember, I thought it was that we wanted you to kill yourself. Make up your mind. What is it this week? We want to destroy your life. It's destroyed. It's destroyed. Your house is empty. Your wife is gone. You have no partner. You're all alone. Your show, it sucks. The numbers are down. You can't be seen all over town because of an arrest, because of the jail. You're not going to heaven. You're going to hell. You've been a bad boy. Your show really sucks. And now you can get fuckity fuck.
I think.
Boom! Roasted!
You're scraping. Yeah, pal. Yeah, pal. Hockey Star 199 says, what about the Litchfield? or Lou? Oh, no. Pakistan, you're not even quoting the lore right. The great Hutchinson love story. God, Pakistan.
Look at him, he's just winning. He's just sitting there winning. God, Pakistan, God. You're no good. Oh my God. How many good freestyles and poems in this?
57, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering.
Tiff sent me a donation for Sketty. They're not supposed to say that. Anyway, with Tiff. I gotta do a freestyle rap for Sketty too. This is gonna be okay.
What if I just break his neck? That'd help. All right, well, that was good.
Oh, somebody said I did throne with throne. Fuck. Fuck. I guess we're getting out of here. Thanks.
Your manner is most unbecoming of a gentleman. Would you be high on cigarettes?
It's a fake one. That was a fake one. Anyway, we tried.
That was a fake one.
Okay. Look, I think my first one was probably the best one. They can't all be cool. They can't all be cool. Back to this.
Hello and welcome back to Jarvis Johnson Gold, the premium channel that is free. It is free, but if you're watching this, you're premium. Gentlemen, I tip my cap to thee. Today, the gentlemen of Gen Z are on my mind. And the reason is because I'll be exploring the channel Gent Z, which is aptly named to teach, I was gonna say to train, but I guess that too. They're creating a generation of gentlemen over on.
Is that easier for you to read there?
Style, teaching them.
Hold on, it's too big.
The best items to buy on eBay.
Cut out. Oh, damn, that sucks.
Be a successful gentleman as a Gen Z person. Now, I am not.
I have to rescale it.
Oof. I do feel like I often am speaking to Generation Z, as some call it, and I also think that maybe the
poem was earlier in the show. I'm near the end of it.
Underappreciated. You know, you've got your Andrew Tates and your alpha males of the world who are sometimes it feels like the only people talking to this group of men, but I'm here now. Jarvis is here, and he's a gentleman as well. And I'm going to judge Gen Z's advice against my own advice, coming from my noggin and my life experience. So your mileage may vary, but it'll be fun and weird. But let's just jump into it. Gen Z is for men who want to dress well, treat others with respect, and be the most excellent
yeah, that doesn't work. I'll have to reset them.
Good so far. The mission of this channel and community is to create a generation of gentlemen, hence the name Gen Z. Channel founder James is 26 years old and lives in Chicago. When not working on the channel, he enjoys double-breasted jackets, playing the guitar, and sipping Manhattans. I'm more of an old-fashioned guy myself, but respect.
Just a few days ago, a new study revealed the male hobbies that women find most attractive.
Oh, if you don't already know.
6-year-old from Chicago? What accent is he speaking with?
And the results.
This is Jarvis Johnson, his second channel, Jarvis Johnson Gold. Give him a like, give him a subscribe. He's really funny. He runs the podcast Sad Boys with Jordan Adika.
Again, I'm not an expert. But this is a double-breasted suit. I'm not trying to make fun of this guy because I don't know what he believes yet, okay? I don't just make fun of people from the jump without them earning it first.
In this survey, women were given a list of 74 male hobbies and asked to categorize them.
I'm going to continue in just a second here.
Not attractive.
It's very funny that this is like a thing that he made in 11-minute, 12-minute.
I think we're going to go in the kitchen.
The study involved them ranking 74 hobbies, which doesn't answer the larger question, which is how much does it even matter? Like a hobby, you know? So if we're deciding like what the least and the most attractive hobbies are, is there a hobby that's just like a deal breaker for a relationship? Like, I don't think that's going to be answered here. And that feels like the most important question of all. Am I still going to find a partner if I play Magic the Gathering too much? Which is a real concern I have. Oh, it's just date psychology.
Just get a girl who plays Magic, dummy.
Legit.
I was very surprised to see that reading is number 1 on this list. Personally, I would think that a hobby is attractive if it demonstrates a particular talent or skill that's hard to obtain.
Well, but everyone doesn't. Everyone can read and everyone
Being
doesn't.
this awesome, that's a cool talent.
The attractiveness of something is like, how desirable is it, right? It's like aesthetic to have a partner who reads also, because it's rare. Like it's a thing that's it's rare also these days, and not everyone can read. that's another thing. So shout out to people who can
Sad
read,
but
and
true.
Also shout out to people who choose to read, because some of us can read and still don't.
Just take a look at the Instagram account Hot Dudes Reading.
That is very funny. If you don't think that reading is attractive, look at this Instagram page. That's the kind of hard-hitting research you're getting from Gent Z. Before we get into that, we have a brief word from today's sponsor. I talked recently about how there have been so many massive data leaks recently between companies like Dell and Ticketmaster, and this unfortunately also happened to National Public Data, which had a 2.9 billion record leak, including full names, addresses, phone numbers, most dates of birth, and last but not least, social security numbers, which is bad. And the data was made available online, and now all of our social security numbers are kind of just floating out and about, and we want to be able to do something about that.
That's okay, we'll live. Or we'll die. Either way, it'll be alright. Hey, you weren't in here earlier, were you? Or did I just ignore you?
From accessing bank accounts to opening.
Oh, can I have some? Can I have some money? 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 Please? No? Alright, he hates me.
Including the dark web and public court records to identify where it shouldn't be or if it's being misused, and can alert you to potential identity theft. Or offers a ton of services that can keep your data safe, from VPNs, password managers, parental controls, real-time credit, monitoring.
I love chemicals in Pine.
Insurance, antivirus, and the ability to opt out from those annoying data broker requests. All of this comes in one app at one affordable price. Let Aura do the hard work to keep you safe.
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's call. As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words he can make out are Garanti and
That's
Kuchen.
just because it is better for
Okay,
picture.
it's
That's just because
definitely
picture
not
pretty.
his name.
It's like not. It's
Whatever
not
you
beating
do,
the aesthetic.
please don't call him
allegations.
Garanti
Reading
Kobe.
is good. There's
Please.
no like
It's not
argument to
funny.
be had about that. The picture of reading, the picture of man reading, is just about
The
how
man
picture
puts his cup down
an
and
idealization.
replies something.
Picture, not
His
reality.
left hand
E-reader
drawing
fine.
arcs in
Paper
the air.
book fine. Hardback book fine. Doesn't matter.
He
Book on
smiles
iPad
and
still
bangs
smart.
his ladle.
Okay.
It's almost
Learning
like music,
foreign languages.
especially
Again,
with the
this one
sounds of
surprised me. Although I can understand why it's attractive and beneficial.
Okay, so my read as a not psychologist, not
You
data
see
scientist,
a
not
heavy
whatever.
steel
All of
door.
these
You
things are just
immediately
ranked
feel
on how
drawn
attractive
to
it
the color.
seems, and
Blue
not how
is
attractive
the
it is to
mystery.
like date someone who has these hobbies.
You
So
do?
it just has the dating app
It's
problem.
a door in the
where
back
you,
of
like,
the
check a
kitchen.
bunch of boxes.
Why
where
do
you're
you
like,
care
okay, I
where
want
it
somebody who
leads?
reads.
Because
I
it could
want
have
somebody
zombies
who
in there.
Studies foreign language and does woodworking, right? Like woodworking is such a random ass hobby that is just like seen as like cool
Yes.
and masculine
I suppose it's
and
worth seeing
interesting.
if we
I don't
can
know
get
that
in.
94.4%
Just to be
of the people
thorough,
who answer this have had
as
any
a
experience
side investigation.
with dating someone who does woodworking other than the aesthetic of what it like looks like in a picture, which is why I think this whole video is silly. Let's look at the study. Fine, I'll bite. Basically, women want a bilingual traveling blacksmith who does archery, gardens, and reads, or song combination like that. No, they don't. What is this website?
I do.
That's gotta be a
That
joke,
sounds cool.
right? I feel like most
That sounds kinda cool.
psychological analyses don't go. Basically, if I show up at a date and say that I'm a traveling blacksmith who does archery, it will elicit a lot of questions. And most of them are like, what, how, and why are you doing all that? I think being a blacksmith is not on the same level as reading, as far as hobbies.
You must
go.
date
Reading
a lot
is
of LA
pretty
cunts, which makes
casual,
sense because you live in LA. Because to me, if a guy told me that, I'd be like, whoa, can you tell me more about that? Like, what's going on? That's fucking sweet.
Or living in 1106. The least attractive male hobbies. The least attractive hobbies to women. I mean, these are just like the things that are like
Hardly.
classic.
Anyway,
right? Comic books,
Garth is the person to ask
How did
about this.
cosplay catch a stray
The
here?
cafeteria
Debating?
manager.
Okay.
The
Whoa,
cobalt
Magic
blue
the Gathering
surface
looks
feels
fucking
rough to
good.
touch.
Is MTG
The
Magic
stainless
the
steel
Gathering?
door.
That is so fucking specific. Why is that in this study? Hey girl, you want a bad boy who engages in some hobbies you might not be fond of? We'll catch your boy participating in one of the top 5
Can I
disliked
help you?
hobbies by women. Okay.
God.
Yeah. So you probably don't want to hang
Oh,
out with a guy like me. I'm from a
but he
different side of
should
the cardboard or
Lay it
whatever.
on him.
We also see strong congruence in the bottom choices for men and women. The bottom male hobby to women, manosphere, was watching manosphere videos.
Huh.
This article, this write-up, is just explaining what the labels
Wonderful.
are. This is
It is.
embarrassing.
What?
I don't know if this
What
is
does
like a
that mean?
legit website, but this is
Carousel.
providing no meaningful color whatsoever. You were just explaining the labels in paragraphs, and it feels like glorified fucking SEO bait. It's like this is not much more than a BuzzFeed
Yeah.
list. So
This
far.
feels
Comic
right.
books was
It
collecting
feels
comic
wise.
books, arguing online, was
Good
arguing
setup.
with people on social media.
Does
Who
it
would
mean you
describe that as
talked
one
to
of their
her?
hobbies? Who would describe
What else did she
porn
say
as a
about me?
hobby? That's your hobby.
What else
And
do
they don't
you
explain
mean?
whether that means watching or participating in, either of which is valid, by the way. But it's weird that they didn't explain MTG, which is the sole acronym on this page. But they did explain that arguing online is arguing on the internet. Now, I'm interested
Okay,
in
that's funny.
off-ramps for people who are engaging in like very dangerous behaviors, very harmful behaviors to yourself, which is arguing online. So if your concern is about being attractive to women, you
man
could swap that
leans
out
his
for
hands
collecting
on the
Funko
counter.
Pops, and it would
She
be
broke
of
the
equal
bird, you know.
interest. So
A
you're not
great
losing
skewer.
anything. You're still equally
I found
attractive.
it on the ground with the broken wing on the morning she left. I should have known. It was her way of telling me to piss off. I should stuff it up my ass.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I got this. Go! School! Truly.
Or you broke the bird. It can also be that. I think Sylvie even. Yes, the bird is connected to this. It's a symbol of hope, and she broke it.
No, it was her. She's off to ride that carousel you told me about. Cock carousel. I understand now. They ride the cock carousel until the clock runs out. Here, have the rest.
Hell yeah, free booze.
Now, let me have a drink and think about this shit for...
And there we have it. Isn't that beautiful?
Hell yeah, I got XP and free booze. Can I eat this? What is this baggie for? Do I just play with it? Oh. Neat. Do I have a battery gauge on that? Or is it just infinite light? Cool. Now I'm a lighthouse. There we go. Now I look even shittier. Oh. Oh! Clothes give stats.
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read? Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage? If you want to earn some change by guilting people, go for it. But if you want to earn real dough, finish the case. It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner. Right. What more do you need? A rubber condom stuck to the back. A graffito that says defeated. Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart. It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back, you see the embossed letters, RCM. Blue. The blue heart. Don't look into it. Something rattles inside, ever so like permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made for permeable materials. The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center. With your hands, U4-sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board.
I believe in you, drunk guy. Do it. Hooray!
The two sides of the board appear slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off its slides. If you bend the plastic on it, the slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just, you know, without resistance, or 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard.
Cool.
Two octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there too.
Wow!
Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, patches of glue. It smells of chewing gum, a touch of cinnamon, the end of summer. You think the label says tutti frutti. Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. Looped, round letters in a woman's hand.
Uh-oh.
A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile, you think. Although that is not something you can read from someone. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy. Throw it away, please. Your hand shakes, holding the card. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest down Voyager Road. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon, when I get off the 42 and walk back to you. You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it. Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear. You feel the ledger slip from your hand.
Oh no!
There is nothing again.
What the hell?
Nothing sad, brother. No treachery. Just break out. Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you. That's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering, somewhere in the basal ganglia. That's me. Blue eyes, that's me. Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness, he's grasping for it. Still trying to hold on to the great sorrows slipping in the water.
The call when you're
Here in the paleo-mammalian core, because it's always there.
bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
Beautiful. Believe me, stupid ape. Its lack of beauty was...
There is no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses,
No, it's okay.
no lights in the window. You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecule. No. Someone is breathing on your face now.
Yes. They're pouring something.
It's delicious. Glowing
Yummy.
lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness.
Hey, thanks for the res, Kim.
The upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket. The air.
Drink. Water.
Okay. Thanks,
the
Kim.
water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself as it pours down your parched throat. The pounding in your head recedes. The darkness parts.
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone? You need a secondary form of hydration.
Allegedly. Gourds is just water.
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's.
What happened? You were reading your paperwork. Then you passed out. I carried you to my kinema to take you to a 10 minutes, maybe. Good. You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed? Good.
Just shining it right in his face like an asshole.
The Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool equipped in your held slot for skill bonuses. Find it under the Tools tab in your inventory.
Mm-hmm.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside. It's an aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling.
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property.
No. Have you?
It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
Maybe yours will have how many cases you've solved. How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clip, they're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter." These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average. Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. A title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples. Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet. Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the Ukar Parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene? Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM. It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM. Right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to again, in your defense, I seem to have named one, the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still I named it that, to amuse myself.
Yeah, you have to make them... You have to make them intriguing to yourself. Otherwise they're not interesting. And then it's hard to retain the information.
I pray his loved ones never find out. Rail spiked through the head. He died.
Ouch.
It was a workplace accident. Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
Arson, petty theft, spousal abuse, handwritten logs on it. There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage.
Kim is the boy.
The grid forms a structure of passage. Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete. Sadly, the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil.
Borrow
It's
Kim.
unfitting
Yeah.
of this monumental. The lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. It's downright incriminating. He has little choice but to. He is not really saying anything, just standing there, looking at them.
Know that I give this to you with resentment.
Yes, Kim. I understand.
Completed flow out of the blue oblong pen in a brash.
I'm the worst.
Uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost inspect the victim, get the body down, interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out. A satisfying slash sounds of things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
No, actually. Any ideas? Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
I like when me and Kim are on the same page.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from you. Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It
all right.
HDB 41. Then, date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 41120. Why yes, your precinct number, every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials.
Well, I know my first name at least.
I got nothing here either. Logic really... Yeah, we're staying out of this business for now. It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start? It would be very interesting to read about these, wouldn't it? I mean, there seems to be a square shape. That's all you got. From the half hour you spent piecing it together. Who knows? Those... Don't worry. One day you may still catch the man with the square gun. Not much has changed in the meanwhile.
Captain Jack Harkness?
Papers still sags from the clipboard. In the back, you see thin translucent, then rip them from the binder and hand them out. 3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station calls. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work. A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real, but they appear pleasantly vague.
Good.
These are quite sinister in turn. They give a date and time for the person. A dozen pages of thin copy paper.
Hooray!
You see the
My brain
parameters
works.
of a deceased human form. Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrong. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board, without resistance or sound. The two panel, it's slightly, ever so slightly. Mazovian socioeconomics. 0.000% of communism has been built. Evil, child-murdering billionaires still rule the world with a shit-eating grin. All he has managed to do is make himself sad. He is starting to suspect Krasmezov fucked him over, personally, with his socio-economic theory. It has, however, made him into a very smart boy with something like a university degree in truth. Instead of building communism, he now builds a precise model of this grotesque, duplicitous world.
Oh, hold on a second. Carl's here, but I can't see him, or can't hear him. I don't know if that's on my end or not.
School!
Now I do.
Everyone is using that chord now. And I found that from an older episode. And I saw Chewy Network.
Alright, cool. There we go.
A lot of times music can't be comedy, but sometimes.
You know, you would think that the James Bond chord would have every note possible in it, but
Yeah.
I think
this chord's got something on it.
that's like, you know, the inept spy chord, like Clouseau. Yeah, let's call it the Clouseau chord. Hey,
Is that coming through?
Gentlemen, how are you?
Great, buddy.
Let's see.
Not much, you know.
Coming through browsers. My mic looks okay. Carl can adjust it on his side.
Yeah, of course.
Are you not doing Good Times Great Movies anymore?
Alright, there we go.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen it.
This is- oh, okay.
I didn't look like your website was up anymore.
Cool.
I didn't see it updates in September.
Okay, that's due to laziness. And laziness since September, I mean, that is par for the course, let's say.
So you're just on hiatus. You're still doing the show.
Oh yeah, we're not even on hiatus. Like we're
Where are these
literally
episodes
doing the show all the time. Like if
You're not uploading it?
Oh, no, they're uploaded. They're just not uploaded to the website.
Well, where the fuck am I looking then?
Well, I don't know. I mean, if you look on any podcasting platform, they're there.
I went to Podomatic. Okay.
If they're not
okay.
there,
All right, now
then
I
that's
see
a
it.
problem.
Well, Podomatic didn't have anything. I was like, oh, I did one of their last episodes.
Yeah.
All right.
It's there. I mean, it shows up on my phone. If I'm the only one getting them. All right.
Did you
Are
switch
you guys
platforms or anything? Maybe you're not on Podomatic anymore?
Wait, what?
I'm on Podomatic.
All right.
I can't
I'm not
untrain
saying you're wrong.
it, so I permanently lose
I'm
this.
starting to get a little concerned. It is weird about, I don't know what happened, about 6-7 months ago.
I'm confused.
Like, our numbers nosedived. But there seemed to be no rhyme or reason why. And I'm talking about like a 50-60% hit. Immediately, and never.
So I need to.
back.
So I should
So
unlearn this.
I just didn't know what was going on, but like nothing from our end changed. What we were doing, I just wasn't.
Apple changed the way they determine. Oh, okay. This might be what it is.
Yeah.
Apple switched their.
I get less authority and less visual calculus. That's all. That's literally what I've been using the whole time, though.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't.
I think I'm gonna unlearn these.
Like 3 or 4 episodes in a row, or maybe 5. It stops retrieving the show
Oh.
automatically.
Really? Okay.
To go into the app and physically hit it
All right.
in order to get it in, and I think that caused a lot of the numbers.
What do I get for learning this?
It is nice to know that people subscribe to the show but never listen. You know,
I know,
that's
it's not great.
That's what's nice.
But it does explain. God, it's telling me my internet is not great, but are we coming through okay?
Yeah, you're good on my end.
Okay, I'm Whatever.
Well, you guys are lit so nice. I never know what to do about my lighting in my shitty base.
I was gonna say something to you about that. I was gonna say when you hopped out, it's like, can we get a light on your face?
Yeah, everything else is good. Actually, my.
What do you mean for 1 point? For 1 point? What, like a skill point?
And I wanted to
I have to spend a skill point to forget something? Is that really true? What the fuck? Oh my god. Okay, well, now I know.
Oh, shit. It's freaking out over there. Now my background's all blown out. This is perfect. I mean, this is really great. This is working out.
Thing a little bit closer to your...
I don't have to be visible, right? Like, it doesn't matter.
Back in the old days, it didn't.
Yeah, I know.
So I don't get to see what I earn from this?
The ladies tune in to see you.
That's right. That is what it is.
I just have to trust it's good?
Oh, I can open my notes. All right.
Yeah, if you guys are cool, I think we're gonna go live.
Yeah, do it.
We'll see what happens after that.
Bah humbug. Okay,
Women will like what I tell them to like. LGBT.
I'm just gonna train it.
LGBTQ+. It's the only time I feel for him. In his defense, that is hard to say.
I had to do a lot of practicing, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, we're gonna go live.
This stream right here is the only place on the internet you can get the behind the scenes WATP content.
Oh, fuck off. Why is that on your board?
I don't know how it got there.
Okay. They were just planning things that I hate on your
Fun
board
fact.
now.
Oh.
You brought it into the computer repairman and you just put that on your board.
Make you feel better.
We gotta revisit Harrison Young. I was thinking about him the other day.
Yeah, friend of the show's going on his show.
Oh, who's that? That's still happening, huh?
Wait, is it me and I don't know this?
Yeah, initials ND. I don't know if it's official, so I don't want to say anything.
Be right back real quick. Oh, do I have one on this on my Be Right Back layout? Hold on. I don't, so let me copy it.
You are. I'm watching you play it.
Alright, is it Ray DeVito? Is it Earl Skakel?
I would love to see Ray DeVito on Topic Time. Oh
he should fill in for Harrison when Harrison's out. That'd be great.
Holy shit. Christmas is coming.
All right.
Hi, guys.
There we go. It's not perfect, but whatever.
78. Are you a boner guy?
Oh, I was a boner guy.
Boner guy.
What are you talking about? I'm the one who should.
Is it gonna be absolutely riveting? Is it gonna change?
Hold on, I'm gonna do that over. I gotta hit record. I was thinking about it. I'm like, I can do this in post. I'm like, why even fucking bother? We haven't even started yet. I'll just hit record and then we'll just do this. God, that fucking guitar chord gets me every time.
Hi, guys.
Episode
78. Are you a boner guy?
Oh, I was a boner guy.
You know what? I miss penis. What are you talking about? I'm the one who should apologize.
Is it gonna be absolutely riveting? Is it gonna change your life by any stretch? Probably not, but it's gonna be at least entertaining, okay?
By the way, for those people that are in the back, remember to shut the fuck up.
Cuz-a-roo. Cuz-a-roo. Slap-a-rooney. It's showtime.
WAATP. WAATP. Hello, Robots and Countryers. Welcome to another episode of Who Are These Podcast, the only show
That was a good one.
covering Gino Bisconte losing his stupid YouTube channel. I'm your host, Carl. With me today, a man who fingered Luigi at McDonald's, but it wasn't that Luigi. From Good Times, Great Movies, it's our buddy Doug. What's up, Doug?
Wait, it wasn't that Luigi?
You just fingered a Luigi.
He told me he was. I'm great, Carl. Thanks for having me back.
Also
Alrighty.
with us is producer Chris. Please go to whoarethes.com where you get the link to our email address, voicemail number, link to our subreddit, link to our Discord server, link to our merchandise, link to our YouTube channel.
All right, Kim, where are we headed?
Supercast featuring 2 exclusive bonus episodes every single month. And of course, you can watch the show live every Wednesday at 5 and Saturday at 2. You get the link when you sign up for Patreon and all the whole back catalog of all the bonus shows that we've done going through Suffering John's book, all the crossovers with Dick Masterson, you name it. So many different episodes and fun over the years. It's all on there when you sign up. And of course, you get the mailing address for us at whoarethese.com. We got an amazing package from KJ.
Okay,
KJ, you rock. I'm wearing KJ's shirt right now. And she also sent us some goodies from her restaurant. So thank you very much for that. My brother got a gift in the mail. This was the first time. It was addressed to Grant. So it's Christmas time. Go ahead and spoil us a little bit. Whoarethese.com is where you can find that information. Also, we encourage our listeners, give us 5 stars.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic.
We'll be reviewing a show called Clickbait Comedy Podcast.
Okay.
This was a suggestion from Dumpy Kumperstein in the Discord.
Great.
We both listen separately.
Always reliable.
We've not discussed it with each other beforehand. Let's get into it. It's a show hosted by Karen Margolis and Amanda Gale. And it recently rebranded, as we're going to find out.
Okay, I gotta figure out.
Clickbait Comedy. I should mention, clickbait is spelled C-L-I-Q.
Okay, I need the book that my character wanted. I'm gonna go grab that.
Because when you think of a click, you think of 2 people. That's totally what a click is. It's 2 friends. I don't even understand it. And actually, it's funny because they start off by talking about this new...
Shelves full of biographies of famous...
A true cultural touchstone. Enjoy the read.
Hi, guys.
Nice.
Hello, audience. Welcome back. Welcome back. We are Clickbait. We're Clickbait. Yes, please stop confusing us with, we're formerly known as The Audacity. Right. But we're pro now. We're in a production company. Called Ad Large. Ad Large Network. It's a real network. Yes, we're not making it up. A lot of greats have podcasts in there, so check it out. And I'm so excited to hang with you today.
This
and thank you guys for sticking with us through the rebrand. We know that clickbait means like a lie and then you click it, but that's not what this is. We under promise and over deliver.
Covers the lenses.
Kuno! Kuno!
Written
for this
that's
name.
Kuno.
That doesn't make sense anyway.
Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appears. Behind the wall, you know this to be the star
It's
of
almost like it was
Peregrinatus,
forced upon
or
them.
the Cairo.
And Carl,
The church
you
looks
know,
old
again,
and
we'll go
withering.
back and forth with clips.
There are no-
I
around
decided
the
to
large
pull
wooden
from their
building, you see
last
chunks of
episode
sea
under
ice
their
gathered
old
on
name,
The
The
metal
Audacity.
feels cold and
Nowhere
wet
in the
under your
episode
palm.
is it discussed
Hello,
that they are
listen, kids.
rebranding or anything. So is it just because they joined a network now and then were told to change the name of the podcast? Because the other thing is,
This
there are
coin-operated
multiple
viewer is facing south. Why
clickbait
place a
podcasts.
tourist
Podcasts
attraction
named
in the middle of
clickbait.
such
There are
poverty?
multiple podcasts named
Your
The
money
Audacity.
disappears into
So it's
the
not even
coin
like they
slot.
chose
The
a name
curtains
that was
on the
any
display
easier to
open.
find.
The lenses
Doug,
shift.
I'll go even
The
further.
ghost sharpens
This new
into
network
it.
they're on,
It looks
Ad Large,
as if it was abandoned.
They say
Its
they're on that
leaves
network,
ripped
but they
from
might
it
want
by
to
the
let
winter
that
wind.
network know that they're on that network. I went to the website and I scrolled through every podcast that they have listed on
Really?
here, and there's a lot of them.
I don't have
And
the
I cannot
eyesight to
find
make it
these
out.
2 idiots
The little
anywhere
brave
on
birch
here.
tree seems
They
to
don't
wave
exist.
back.
So yeah, if like the network told them to change the name, they're probably just fucking with them.
They're fired.
And then
That's insane.
so you can do a search on Google to see if a word shows up anywhere on a specific website. And I did this search. Big Comic Podcast. Just look at the site adlarge.com. And it does not exist. So it's not just like I don't know how to look for things.
That's
It's just not.
It's insane. And I will try not to mention this over and over again. Carl, I only watch podcasts in prep for your show. I listen to podcasts, that's what I do. And you've talked so many times about YouTube and podcasts that have a bunch of subscribers and nobody watches them. They have 4.5 thousand subscribers. So the episode before they rebranded, that last episode has 84 views total.
Haha.
The most recent episode yesterday had 68. So it's not changing anything. And from the entire time, I think it's been over a year that they've had a podcast, the most watched episode had just over 500 views. But I think it's because Hawk Tua is in the name of that podcast episode.
I saw that. And then I'm going through their Instagram accounts, and there's a photo of them with Jim and Sam. They're on the Jim and Sam show. I can't get on the Jim and Sam show just because they know I'm going to talk about Opie, but still, I can't get on the Jim and Sam show. And these two are getting on there.
It's insane.
They're not even attractive girls. I don't get it.
They've been on with Shane Gillis.
You see rows of toy soldiers.
If you look them up, because I tried to find their stand-up. I really
something
wanted to bring some of their stand-up here.
I worked really hard trying to find their stand-up, and it cannot be found.
No, it's just podcast appearances. They were on Anthony Cumia. At least the redhead was. Like, I don't, and they're not parlaying this into any sort of success.
What's this?
Yeah,
a
and I
headless
have,
man riding
I
a
did a lot of
horse.
research on this. So
A
I also
headless
have another
man
podcast
with-
that I
Oh,
recently
that's the
first.
headless phone
Let's talk about
rider.
the format of
The headless
Yeah,
phone
this is us reading the
rider.
internet, so you don't have
It's
to.
an
It's
urban
just like a fun
legend.
journey that we all go on.
Yeah, it's
About
just
a
fun
50
scrolling
cent
journey, and our For You
bargain
page
price.
is our
I'll throw
for
in the
us
tiny
page.
cap too. I think he's looking for it, or
That'd be like
something.
saying, yeah, we go to the
That
library
part
and
of
read
the
books.
story has many interpretations.
Okay, so far 2 for 2
They're not
with
all
Patch and
blue.
Michael. You can't
These
find them, they
figurines
don't
also
exist,
wear
and
gold
they're gonna be
coats
in
and
there.
caps,
We're just reading the
complemented
guessing
by
poorly.
orange trap.
Well,
This
it
is what
turns out
the
they just
loyalists
watch
look
TikTok
like.
videos,
Yes,
from what I can
that's
tell.
All right, 3 for 3.
Which one?
Yeah, I was at
Loyalist
first I was like,
soldiers from
oh
the time
boy,
of
they're
the
moving in on who are
This
these
set of
socials, but they
soldiers
do it
isn't meant to
so
look
poorly.
You're
They
probably
just sit,
talking
they
about
watch
the
an entire
revolutionaries.
TikTok, and then
I
at the end
think
they're like,
their
that was
poverty
pretty
has
good,
been
right?
exaggerated for
I know,
effect.
they have no analysis or
When
anything.
you
That's
place
cool
them
example
next
of
to
that.
the
I'll hand it
royalists,
over to
it doesn't
these,
seem like
you know,
they could possibly win.
The fantastic Mr. Super Guy, remember for 9 months, says, Doug, nice. I guess he thought it was Doug from, he was right.
Yeah, I know. I get that.
Did you?
I get that all the time.
Oh, Doug's here!
I thought that was like directory style.
Doug, where do you want to start with your clip package here?
Okay.
Let's start
I don't
with
like
just
either
my
set
first
too
one
much, to
there.
be honest.
And they, as you can tell, they podcast from some sort of padded cell. Like, it's a bizarre
Did I
looking
mention that
studio.
this figurine is
And
supposed
That
as you
was a
said,
very
there's two
smooth
hosts to
salesman's
this.
grin
So the
that
one
almost
host is
comes
talking
off
about
as
how pale
earnest.
she is.
You should learn from him.
I'm feeling really
Yes.
pale.
Well,
This
I was going to say,
sounds
you know, you need to show up bronze for
I-
this
Big men
podcast.
on
It's pretty
big
unprofessional
horses,
to show up
black
pale
and
and
yellow.
not be spray tan.
Franco-Nigerian
No,
night.
I thought the same
I
thing.
used to be
A long,
I don't
long time
understand.
ago.
Like, she is pale. She's a ginger.
Right.
They put her in the corner of this studio where they just like
The boomboxes on the
shine
shelf
a pink
look well
light
done,
on her. She
especially
just
catches
absorbs
this
like
is
all
you.
of the light is reflecting
Golden
off of her.
orange.
Yeah,
during the show.
yeah,
Just
she
make
looks
sure
like
it
a
works
ghost,
before
and the
you
other
buy
one
it.
is lit so perfectly.
Because
and
ginger
they're
kids have no souls.
and they're just sitting across from each other
True.
here. And the other thing about this show, and maybe this is something you were going to bring up, this is a 30-minute and out show.
Typical Martinez street
They
light
must be
sits among
renting this
assorted
studio
floor
space
and
for
table
30
lamps.
minutes. So I do have a couple positives, and one
If you
is
don't
it
mind,
was only a half hour.
please
right?
put the flashlight away.
Photonic
That's
sensitivity
a great point.
is
I'll
not
play
generally
you,
acknowledged
how
by
this
the
episode
I
ended,
do
the most recent
appreciate
episode.
it.
Oh my God, it flew. What a good. I love it. I love
really-
this show so much.
yeah.
I mean, do people love it?
No. I was trying to look for feedback on it. People don't even know it exists. They certainly don't love it. But I love that thing where, and I'll get into this conversation they had on the show. It's called Comedy Podcast in the title. There's no comedy to be had at all.
No.
And then they go, oh my gosh, that time flew by. Wasn't that amazing? No, you talked about nothing.
Yeah.
My job is to find interesting things you talk about. And I had to sit there motionless for 10 minutes at a time going, are they going to talk about anything that's interesting?
Well, they promise that they're going to take us through the internet, that they're going to watch social media clips, but that's only the second half of the show. The first 15 minutes, it's just nonsense garbage, and they just talk
It's not
about
often that
their
I see
own
officers from
personal
what can I
lives
do?
as
His
though
courtesy is not
anyone could be
insincere,
interested at all in what
he
they're
prefers
doing
being
day to
alone
day.
with his
I think they
projector,
both think they're
just
kind of
watching the
celebrities,
movement
which
of
is
life
weird when you have the numbers
across
they
the
have.
wall.
Oh no,
But they do
not at
show
all.
up on
Who are
things.
you,
They're on
Chris?
Legion of
All
Skanks,
kinds
like
of
they
people
show
come
up
through
on things
here.
from time to time. And they must
As you
be in
can
that,
see,
like, New York
I have a wide
crowd.
selection of
I
goods
saw
for
that
everyone to
Karen
choose
Margolis
from.
was doing a
It keeps me
what do you call it, a roast
entertained.
battle
Oh yeah.
I was trying to find clips of that. They were both so bad.
That was from 10 years ago, Carl. I found the same thing. Like any clip I saw of them doing stand-up, they looked at least 10 to 15
Someone else
years
came
younger.
here
So I
earlier
have no
today
idea what
asking
they're
the
doing
same question.
All right, so
I
this is
promptly
them
sold
talking
her the
about,
gun you pawned a couple days back.
Man, you bitch.
This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as if you've met
and
before.
it turns out to
The lieutenant shifts from one foot to
Our
another.
picture, if you're on the YouTube where you see this, a thumbnail, we promised
She
you
didn't
boobs. Now,
seem
I did
like
not
a
deliver that. I catfished you, and
Although
if you
she
click
kept
this
referring
looking for
to
boobs,
us,
you
truth
are
be
not going to
told.
find them
Right,
here.
so
But
let me
I
get
did
this
bring
right.
out my shoulder.
You sold your side
I
art
resent that. I
issued
actually
by
resent
the
that because
city
if you
council.
go, no. If you go through any
His
of our
face
clips,
does not
I
reveal
bring
what's
the boobs.
happening
She brings the boobs, but I bring the bones.
Boobs and bones.
Boobs and bones.
We were having so many
It's
sound
possible
issues.
in these parts of town.
the name of the
We ought to find
episode
My apologies, officer.
A needle in a haystack.
And
There
they
is
say
nothing
right
you
off
can
the
do
get-go
about it
this-
now.
Of
so-
course.
Oh, it's not going to get any better than this, is it?
Well,
No.
that
There's
sucks.
nothing else to call this episode. There's nothing
Nope.
interesting that they talk about in it.
I will tell you, I was very excited when you sent me this podcast.
Bye.
I'm calling it a podcast because I guess technically it is. When you sent me this podcast, all I saw was boobs and bones, and I was like, all right, that's a fun name for a podcast. Can't wait to dig in. I didn't know it was the episode name and that we would see no boobs and no bones really either.
No, just this bony chick for whatever reason.
Right, exactly.
And so this is.
G'day
how
to
the
you,
episode starts
officers.
off.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving
My friend Barry the Butcher is stuck on the other.
from
Do you remember,
the corner
Amanda,
of your
when we
eye.
started the
Very good
podcast
stuff.
and you were like, we
I
can't
wasn't
start it
here
right
to
at this time
witness
because
it.
The
Mercury's in
words,
retrograde.
dear
And everyone that we were
Too
dating
bad
was
it
like,
also
you
takes
girls
a
are
year
so
and a day to
dumb.
repair
And we were
anything
like,
around
no.
here.
And then we kind
Especially-
of met in the
well,
middle.
there's
we
the
did
fishing
start it during
village
Mercury
and
retrograde. You
abandoned-
can just fast
Yeah,
forward this
not
part
really
if you guys
much
don't care.
else. Just
9 minutes later.
I know, I get so excited with astrology. It's like, I just
Couple
think
of
Geminis are
indicators alike.
every
This
sexy
panel
sex
usually
symbol in
closes
history.
the
I feel like is a Gemini.
Pulling the lever all the way up, nothing
Just go
happens.
through all of this astrology.
Wasn't there a
and
sign
pause
of
you.
their same
And it goes on
functionality
and on and
will
on.
be
So that was
restored
9
on
minutes I
Wednesday
fast forwarded
morning?
through right there. But 4 minutes after
Yes.
that, they're still going.
She plays
Elon Musk. I'm sorry to interrupt
She's a
you.
Taurus.
She's a the Taurus is very
Plot
beautiful.
twist.
Taurus is beauty. It's ruled by Venus. Taurus is like, stable. It's stubborn. It doesn't like spontaneity. It likes to do the same thing every day.
I don't
It
know
likes
her.
luxury and comfort. And but you know we don't know from. I can look up her astrology, or we can move on. Do you guys want to move on?
Yeah, let's do a video.
Yes. You guys want to move on? We're 14 minutes into the episode. She goes, "Hey, should we like stop talking about this?" Yeah. Astrology talk. This woman's a stand-up comic, apparently. Astrology talk is the mortal enemy of comedy or anything
Cool.
interesting to talk about.
It's terrible.
Just like remember when is the lowest form of conversation, and they do both.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, I mean, they should just rename this podcast Killing Time. That is all they're doing. Like, I understand the idea of a podcast being like, let's find dummies
Save the
on the
economy.
internet and
That's
let's
it.
make
You
fun of
find
their
your
social
hands
media
deep
accounts.
in
But
tattered-
every time they did that, they kind of agreed with what the person was saying.
Something
I have an
cold
example of
raises your
that,
hand.
but what did you pick
Sim-
up on? You got anything you wanna apply?
Well, just like your first 15 minutes were about astrology, if you play my number 2, this is what their entire 15 minutes of that show is about.
It's another thing you have to schedule, right? You're washing your hair, self tanner, like all these things. It's just like going to the gym. It's like you really have to like plan out your week to like, okay, when am I gonna wash my hair? When am I gonna do cardio? When am I gonna like? It's a lot to plan your beauty regimen.
I don't understand how people have
Only
marriages. I
that's
don't understand how they have
madness.
kids or have time for, like, honestly, a demanding career if they want to be bronzed.
Huh.
So they don't.
They're not bad shoes.
Smart one of the group. I just want to point out. We'll get more of that.
Yeah.
But,
They don't understand
see,
how it's
the
possible
name
to be
Zillion.
married
Happy
and be able to wear bronzer and do your hair.
right.
This is insane. If you want to play, if you want to play my number 3, I think
This
they're
man
constantly
probably
setting
comes from
up
Sea
bits
Guy,
that they do in their
sometimes known
stand-up,
as the
and it all falls
apricot
flat.
suzerainty
So this is a
calls to mind an
continuation of
era
this nonsensical
when the Sea Guy
conversation.
archipelago was colonized
Someone message us
by
if you've
Revachol.
done it.
It's a bit
Someone
of a
who's
slur,
successfully
in
done
other
all
words.
4 things: marriage, children, demanding
That's
jobs,
right,
self-tanning,
officer.
gym,
But it's a bad
hair
thing for
washing
business
cycle.
there.
Please
Too many
message us. We want to hear from you.
Extreme pay.
Why
look
not
at me.
support
I can't
this
sell my
local
VCR.
entrepreneur?
I can't open a bag
You
of
can start by
airline
buying
peanuts.
a...
Start with a little compliment.
Oh,
You're right. It really
okay.
is the modern day.
An
like,
investment?
my VCR just blinking.
What kind of investment?
Zeros. I can't figure this out.
Yeah, and I have some suggestions for them
point.
because they talk about
You
how they
can't
do
have a successful
their
business
hair
without
and
a loyal
makeup to
customer
go
base.
to the gym
How much
just to
is 10
sweat
reals
and then have to
charging for
shower
that
and
kind
do
of
the whole
investment?
thing
I think I
again.
know what
Got
you're
it,
going to
my
suggest.
man.
They're doing it wrong.
Yes. There's some time-saving techniques we have for you.
Right,
Well,
exactly.
Speaking of these conversations,
Victory. I asked for more money and won.
2024 for some reason.
But also, what's shady about Glenda is Glenda didn't tell her to the end of the movie. Like all along, Glenda knew you just have to click your heels and say, "There's no place like home," and she didn't tell her that at the end of the movie.
I'm not even remembering The Wizard of Oz correctly.
Yeah, that's what.
Because I don't remember. Wait, is that true? She held critical knowledge?
Yes.
So
because
at
she
any
wanted
given
her-
moment, she could have clicked her heels and just pieced out.
Yeah.
And she was just like, nah, I'm not going to tell you.
Because it was part of her journey.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
We're discussing
Dumbass.
Wizard of Oz and some of the plot holes in that movie.
Some of the plot holes in a movie where it's all a dream,
It's all
you
a
idiots.
fucking dream. It doesn't
It's,
matter.
This post-love
it's the
Antonio
only movie in
Mel
cinematic
collection box.
history where it's all a dream at the end and it's actually good. And these two ding-dongs, like, why didn't she tell her she could just click her heels
The
and go
box
home?
seems happy.
Yay!
This is the
I made the box
conversation
happy.
we're having.
Eat
One doesn't even
shit
remember that
pig,
happened. Like, well, that's
fucked
what
by
happened
the
in that
queen,
movie?
and
Holy
Saint
shit,
G
she's the
with a
smart
crown have been
She's the
scribbled
smart
on
one.
it.
Yeah.
She's the
Jenny
one that
is a
went to
whore,
NYU.
and
She is
best
the one that
sex
actually has a
mailbox
LinkedIn and has
also.
had jobs, like actual jobs. I looked into these two way more than I really wanted to.
The Mel collection box seems cathartic. Thankfully, even. So do you. You shudder.
So I started
Then
writing
you
a thing, and like,
swallow.
long story short, it's for people who are like a little losery, which by the way is like,
Oh,
not
yeah.
bad.
Me and the
I don't mean
mailbox
loser
are
in a
friends
bad way
now.
at all. I just mean like that's how you feel internally about
Right,
yourself,
right.
not that's what you are.
You don't think you're a
right?
lady killer. You don't consider yourself a lady killer.
And you have, talking to women's a challenge for you.
These are all things that are bad.
Cook.
She goes, I'm referring to guys who are like losers, but not like in a bad way. I just mean like you're an incel, you don't have friends, and you think you're a loser, and you act like a loser. That's what I'm talking about. I don't want
You're actively losing.
Yeah, I don't mean any offense to any of this. So that leads to this conversation.
Because guys see things in like kind of a binary. When I was in NYU, not to brag, when I was in NYU, the guys that we hung out with had a system like they didn't do 1 through 10 to rate girls. It was just zeros and ones.
Were they computer programs?
Yeah. It was all in it was all in what's the computer code? Oh my god.
Binary.
Yeah.
She started
Yeah.
by saying guys are binary. You think of everything as ones and zeros. And then she
This
goes,
is a ward
it's like that
on the
computer
side
code.
of an
By the
apartment
way,
building.
binary is not a computer code. Just
Right.
FYI. And then she's like, yeah, binary. She's like, I think it's Pascal, but okay, whatever. I'll go with what you're saying, sure.
Yeah, whatever you're saying. I'm not even sure these two are friends. Like in the one I watched, they would, I guess, politely chuckle at each other's jokes, but they would always make these weird passive-aggressive comments to each other too. I
can't be
don't
friends
see
with
this. No, I don't see this relationship or podcast lasting very long.
Well, let me just zoom in on this again, because it reminds me of a stuttering moron we talk about a lot.
Guys see things in like kind of a binary. When I was in NYU,
balcony, nursing.
Not
when
looking
I was
for
in
any
NYU,
trouble, officer.
So she went to NYU. She
Of course I'm
graduated.
gonna brag.
She's all
I
excited
don't want
about
to be
that.
seen talking to
But
the
then I was
gendarmerie
checking
if
out an
that's
episode
okay.
from 2 months ago.
I just want to
when
finish
she
my
was on
cigarette.
the Guys We Fucked podcast.
Don't let him
Remember
go.
Guys We Fucked with Corinne
This
Fisher
could be your
and
witness.
Christina Hutchinson.
The balcony has a great
These two
view
started
of
the
the
podcast
whole
with the
thing.
premise of we'll bring in ex-boyfriends and we'll talk to them.
I remember
Is
they
it
ran
really
out.
that
And they
important?
ran out of ex-boyfriends very quickly, and the show's still
Like a
going.
nervous
so now they're just
cat.
like doing
He
whatever
keeps
girl
stealing
talk.
looks
Yeah, I mean,
All
that
right,
can't
make
be
it
a
quick.
week. That can't be
Once
a
I
weekly
finish this
podcast.
cigarette, I have
You
to
got
run.
maybe once a month if you want it to last.
Right. It didn't last the way they wanted.
I'd even go so far
these
as to
two
say
are
that the
guests
view is a
on
little
that
too good, my dear gendarme.
I went to a
You
good
have-
school
We
and I
will
got a
remove
great
the body as
education.
soon as
And
possible.
Oh.
okay, I'm not saying those things
You already
aren't
asked
great
me
and
that, didn't
important,
you?
but they're also great and
Wait,
important.
is someone
And so
else
now what? Like,
investigating
am I just
the
going to tell
lynching?
dick jokes on stage for the next 50 years? Like, I
No,
want
not you
I want
two.
something that's
Some
more
more muscular type.
that, but more.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, absolutely.
good clue.
And when did you
She
speak
makes
to
her
this
living
more?
doing
Last
stand-up.
week?
This is the thing that blew me
I don't
away.
know.
No
Look,
way. There's
She's like,
no possible
she has a
way.
philosophy degree from NYU, and she's like, what am I just going to tell dick jokes for the next
A
50
downy
years? Like,
blanket of white to cover up.
when
You
are you
didn't
gonna
answer the question.
No.
What
And
were
when
you
was this
doing
podcast?
last
Those look
Sunday?
like two wildly different
It
people.
was my Sunday friend.
Hey,
I mean,
Sunday
not the two on screen right now.
Those are two different people.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yes. I mean, I guess it's the
He
lighting and
doesn't
everything, but
fly.
it's really crazy.
History, no,
I mean, it's
with
just
his
2 months
cigarette.
ago. I don't know.
All right,
Under
okay.
the grey sky, snow continues
Maybe they came
to
directly
pile
from the gym.
on the neighboring
Let's talk about
windowsills.
Amanda.
No.
Real quick. Amanda Gale, who's also a comic.
We won't.
And you know how I know that? It's because I was looking at her Instagram. And
Now,
I
if you'll
saw
excuse
one of the
me, I
jokes she
really need
posted
to
on
get
there.
going.
And this is great because it's on her Instagram, but she screenshotted this from Twitter. So
This
she thought this
isn't
was so
the
good,
place
it's
or
got to
time
go
for
on all the
questions.
socials.
Who knows who
She
might
says,
be watching from the
she writes,
distance,
Waiter,
hidden
you
behind
ladies
the
thinking about food?
curtains.
Me.
Yay!
Constantly.
For a moment,
Hey, so,
the
don't
man
play the
on the
funniest
balcony
chord in the world. You're gonna
seems
make me laugh.
almost vulnerable.
I am sorry, but I really
And
don't
what's
have the
great about
information
this
you're looking
tweet,
for.
And again, I saw this on Instagram.
But, hold
is
on,
when you do this,
what's
you
that?
see the people who like these types
For a
of
split
things.
second,
And
his
I was kind
hand
of blown
lingers,
away.
as
This
though
is true. This is
gesturing
real. This
towards a
today.
stone placed
Like my
right
Chad
next to
Zubat. This fucking hard up
sign.
incel is just like, this,
Good luck
this
with the
lady's
investigation.
hilarious. You suck my dick now?
Oh, that's great.
Chad is such a loser.
This is not a good scene.
Not a good scene for you, Chad. All right, I'm hogging everything. Doug, where are we going next?
That's all right. Let's just go to my number 4 because this is a
He's gone.
question that you ask a lot. It's kind of the name of your podcast.
No point in running.
Who is this show
Gentlemen
for?
like these often have multiple
Only
exits.
so far you can go. I'm
If
not
he doesn't want to talk to us,
spontaneous
then
if
he'll know
something
how
needs,
to
if
hide
my face
himself.
needs to be washed. I'm just
He
But you
could
can
be a
watch it
weakness.
again when you get home.
Him or his Sunday friend.
Why?
Either way, he
because
did
my
leave us a
skin
sign.
has
Did you
to
see that?
absorb certain
He
products at a
wanted to
certain
draw
time.
our.
I don't
If we
like to
find a way
overwash it
inside the
because that
building,
strips the
we
skin,
can ask around
it
for his
damages the skin
apartment.
barrier. Like I have a certain amount of face washing that I can do in a day. It's not like it's psychotic behavior. I do recognize that. Like I do understand that it
A
seems
stone,
mentally ill to
like
people
any other,
who
lying
don't feel
in
like
a
that,
world
which
there's
is
a key beneath
99.99%
it,
of the entire
rusty
population.
from the dirt.
Fuck yeah.
Again, like she, by her own
Pity he doesn't
admission,
have the apartment number on it. We'll just have to go
99.99% of the
in.
population cannot relate to or understand what she's talking about right now. But this is a show that goes out to, I think that they hope, an audience. And I don't understand who is watching this, who's listening to this nonsense.
Doug, this goes
Nobody.
back to very early WATPs. When we started listening to podcasts, it was before all the big names were involved. And it was mostly DIY, just people doing this stuff. And I'd always pick up on these people who thought they were so interesting, they could tell you the minutia of their lives.
Yeah.
If they'll just be glued to it, like, what, you can't wash your face twice a day? Tell me more.
Right. It's bad enough when there are people in their wood paneled basement doing it.
Right.
And then a celebrity comes out and it's like, well, let me tell you
Hello
about
again, officers.
Yes, I don't
Have you
think
come
her
to admire
co-host
my
is
yard?
interested in what she has to say. And they personally know each other.
And they have 30 minutes. You don't have to like stretch for time on here. Like just hit the main points. Let's get to it.
If you, oh, sorry. Can you jump to my number 5 because it's a real short clip, and I don't want to take this out of context because she is talking
You're back.
about her
Good.
skin regimen.
What can I help you
But she
with?
could also be talking about this podcast.
I feel like girls that I talk to like are like, okay, like why are you doing that?
What we do.
Okay, yes.
I'm afraid.
Why are
There
you
was a
doing
touch
that?
of discomfort there.
Oh, you know what? I
She
just
wants to
realized how they
merely
can save some time
represent.
and put bronzer
The
on
Pine's
and wash
core
their hair.
competency
Stop podcasting.
is logistics.
Yes.
Container
Nothing else in their life
shipping,
would
freight,
change.
that sort of thing.
So they'd be paying less
See
for
those
whatever
airships
they
there,
cost to rent the
blinking?
studio out.
Those
It gives
are
you
the
an extra
shipping side
30
of
minutes a
things.
day.
Well, I
30
couldn't
minutes
Airships.
a
And
week.
that is the
Commute
terminal.
involved and shit.
Another
I mean, this is New
subdivision
York
deals
City,
with
so it's
energy,
probably a whole
oil
thing.
and gas exploration.
And
The
they have to,
Wild
all that
Pines
prep
Group
work they
is
put into
one
it.
of the original Ravisholian Indo-tribes.
Yeah, it's not like they just
Royal
showed up.
monopolies by the king, Jean-Baptiste, L.U.M., an unknown entity.
I mean,
Why,
somebody's
thank
pulling
you.
these clips. I don't know if it is their quote-unquote producer. Hey, in the episode you listen
She
to,
nods.
is the camera constantly falling down and having to be readjusted?
Yes.
That's the man
Okay.
who was
Yes,
killed.
There's some guy working the camera and he's bored.
I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question.
Up and down. Yeah, so I think they're renting this little, like you said, it's 30 minutes, probably renting the studio, and it probably comes with a guy who runs the cameras and pulls up the clips for them.
Better not tie the fourth day to the bat stay on this.
Yeah.
I hope they're.
She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it.
So it looks like
They can't bedazzle
it looks
a little
like
bit.
Quite a
yeah,
few
they got
things,
30
I'm
minutes.
afraid.
The information I'm to share with
They
you
can take
includes
advantage.
sensitive
If they were in
trade secrets.
straitjackets?
For the sake
Yes.
of my
And they're in
employer,
that
I
room,
have
like,
to ask
yeah,
your
this
names
is
and badge
interesting.
numbers.
Yeah.
Of
I don't
course,
understand.
ma'am.
There's
We should have
like
introduced
skin
ourselves.
fucking
I am,
ritual.
and this is my colleague from
And
Precinct
the
41.
angle is
I'm
like
afraid he doesn't have his badge at the
CCTV
moment.
of when you're
I hope mine will
interrogating
suffice.
a suspect.
How curious.
The table,
Why is that,
everything gives off
detective?
that feel.
Awkwardness washes over the conversation.
I want answers.
The woman
now.
doesn't like this turn of
Don't
events.
listen to Officer Carl.
I
We don't need answers
see.
like that.
So, are you saying you
I
lost
don't need
your
to keep hearing
badge
about
during
your
the course of this
skincare routine.
episode?
God damn it.
Neutral cop.
Yeah, I walked right into that one, didn't I? All right, let's get into
I can't hear
watching
you, darling.
TikTok videos like
Speak
they
up,
do.
please.
This is a video they're watching of someone
Oh,
talking
dear.
about Kristen Cavallari.
Some kind of
Cavallari's a reality star.
encephalopathic
She married
amnesia?
Jake
I do
Cutler.
believe you,
She was
naive
on
as that may
MTV,
sound.
and then she got famous doing
As
other
I said,
things, and
ma'am,
then her and
his
Jake Cutler
technique
had a
may
reality
be
show. They
very
won the
inconsistent.
Of course, I sympathize. But I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until
Hang on.
She's a professional
But this is
negotiator.
them watching a video of
She
a
should be
person
open
doing
to
something
some
on TikTok
sort of
that makes
mutually
zero
beneficial
sense.
arrangement.
Anyways, I could tell this girl is like one of those
Feelings.
musty
What?
party girls that like leaves their room messy, does drugs, drinks, and people complain about, oh, I'm breaking out
I
left
assure
and right.
you,
I know, like
it is
sometimes you
no
can't control
small matter
acne
to
and all
me
that stuff, but
either.
a lot of it
We
also
all
has
share
to
the
do with
responsibility for
hygiene and what she
disarming
puts
the
into her body, her
situation.
workout, her
I hope you
workout
have a
routine, her
badge for me
routine.
as soon
Girly
as
Pop will
possible.
take showers for days.
Yeah.
The vomit dress, I can't believe this was the moment people found out that she was like nasty.
Trust me, officer,
Not
I
following this at
am
all. And I'm
fully
not editing
committed
this,
to
this is how
resolve.
they're
She's
watching
silent. The wind
video
flaps
sounds
the sail.
terrible. TikTok
Officer.
and it's popular because it does not make any sense. So then we get to the takes that they have. So Karen has her hot take on this.
No one probably goes in there. Braxton, this is who.
You know,
First of all, there's so
I don't mean to
much
sound
to unpack
cold,
there.
but if you want
okay, because she was
You're
like,
doing
"How are you
it.
gonna be?" She just
Despite your-
I'll
combined.
be
Like, did you
frank
see her
with
slip
you.
in the things
If
that do
I'm
make
going
you
to
smell
break
bad with the things
protocol,
that don't make
I
you
know
smell
the
bad?
unit
She's like,
is
"How you gonna vomit on the
conducting
dress to be a
drug trade out of
transporter?"
harbour.
Like, well, only one of those
You
things
can
is
find
smelly.
your badge.
Right, exactly.
Which honestly,
Detective,
Oh, so
a
the
word
video
in
doesn't make any
private
sense
before
and it
we
was dumb to
continue.
watch? That was my take too. I'm wondering why you picked it out. Maybe that should be what you do after you play the video. The reason why we played that video is because, rather than just be like, that was stupid, wasn't it? Like, yeah. I also thought the same thing.
Again,
back.
they have no
Good.
hot takes. They have
What can
nothing
I help you
interesting
with?
to say. It really is like they're seeing these videos for the first time when they're watching them, and they're unable to come up with anything funny on the fly.
God damn it.
It's not a good show format. I just played you the most recent episode. They said we read the internet so you don't have to, which doesn't mean anything.
No.
Everyone reads the internet all day long, every day, and we're all reading totally different things. Everything's on the internet.
And I know I don't have to.
Yeah, and I
Honestly,
won't.
I was expecting you to
And I don't
use
wanna
your
get
unorthodox
nitpicky. They're
technique
watching
to
videos.
keep
They're
her
not
off
reading
balance,
anything.
and
Yeah.
not volunteers to be.
Occasion,
This woman is
so
running
this is why I hang
circles
out with
around
guys.
us.
Right.
She might have known
Yeah.
about
Women
your
are insufferable.
misplaced badge all along.
This
He
is
doesn't let
they
it
have
show.
a they have a
But there is a limit to
I
how
don't know if
much
it's
the
a tick or what
consequences
you
of your
call it, but they're
unprofessional
constantly
behavior
they will
can cost
constantly
an
say something
investigation.
negative about a group of people and then immediately go no, but we're just kidding, like we like you and everything. And at one point they were talking about men and they're like no, guys, we love you too. And I'm watching this going, I think Carl and I are the only men to ever watch this show.
Oh, could you imagine? I could only imagine like a support group or a
I'm sure
subreddit
you
of just
will,
guys
detective.
who are into this show. I'd love to hear the
Oh,
conversation
that
they
would
have.
be
Or did you guys
fantastic.
see the latest
Do
episode?
we have the
Oh my
time?
gosh, let's
The
talk
world
about
is large,
how
I know
Mercury's
that.
in
The situation might have
Holy
changed
shit, we
drastically
gotta dive into
by
this.
the
you see
time
what she
you
was
located.
You could request a new one from the
Doug
station,
already pointed
but that
out
would
that they
literally
don't
take
seem
months.
like friends.
Yeah.
And it's
No.
funny when we
If there is reasonable
cover
suspicion,
podcasts and
we
you
must
can feel the
investigate.
chemistry. It's
What I
always
propose
more
is, we ask her, then we investigate.
like we've
Briefly.
done the golden
But do
hour,
not
and you can
share
tell those
the
guys are
outcome
starting
of this
to
investigation with her.
the other day.
We tell her
But
it's done
it's like
and demand for her
so
information
much,
on the lynching.
more evident.
Yeah, because their body, they can't help themselves. Guys can.
Okay, sounds good,
And
Kim.
Actually, we're not even that annoyed
Good.
most of the time.
What can I help
Our
you
annoying
with?
friend doesn't annoy us that
Everything.
much. Like,
Right up to, but not including, trade.
make
I
do.
believe the official
You know what I
title
mean?
is
I'll
Senior
make do.
Labor
I'll be
Negotiator.
And
But
how
I
are
mean,
the terms?
women
They're
can't help
not.
themselves. They just have to give
But
looks
now they
and
won't
then
even let
faces
me
like,
into the harbour. There's a
And
2
how long did
meter
they do this
what
before
can
they
I
just
say?
give up? I
The
mean, they've been
union
doing it for
employs
a year,
Let's say
and
I
it
was
has
not making the kind of
gained them
progress.
no
And when did you?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes,
Stop.
in the
No,
middle of
they're
February.
not. They
But the
said
strike
that.
began in.
I know they didn't even have any
I
advertising.
wasn't
so
the
I'm not sure
original
what they'd even
negotiator
be doing
here.
for them if they
I
were.
took over.
This isn't
Can
the
we
first
skip
time.
down to my
Heavens,
number
no.
9 because the
There have
brunette,
been
I don't
2
know her
prior
name.
strikes.
The brunette
Both times the
decides
union
to
won
actually start
significant.
telling
Ludicrous even.
jokes. Like this is
It's men.
a joke. This is from her stand-up, and she's very confident with her delivery. She
Everard
doesn't trip
Clare
over her
is a
words
man
at
of
all,
the
and her
utmost
friend is very
integrity.
supportive to
Of course
kind of
not.
laugh.
Everard is
I've been
fantastically
I talk to some
corrupt.
older women in my
I
life, and
imagine
they go,
he has a
"Get a
thick.
sperm
He is the
donor.
most
Men are too much
corrupt
trouble,
individual
so
I
I
have
walk
ever
around with a
seen,
cup."
and I deal with men like him. Yes,
Exactly.
Edgar looks exactly
Jessica,
like his brother, except
Anyway.
for that lazy eye. He
She
also
laughs
talks
so
exactly
loudly at
like
her own
Everard
joke.
does. It's how they
That's so
circumvent
bad.
the term limits.
That-
you see.
yeah, and that
With a funny
really
little
sounded like something
switcheroo.
that she does in
While
her
in
stand-up.
office, they've
That's why I
embezzled,
walk around
God
with a
knows.
cup.
The Debardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway.
Real
It
quick,
must not
that
have been
leads
easy to
directly into my
establish
number
under
10,
the
'cause
Emergency
after that
Act.
joke,
But they
after
did
she
organise labour at
absolutely
its
murdered
best,
it
as
with
they
that
say.
joke.
A mob.
She gets
The
into
Debardeurs
another
are a
one,
crime.
and she sets it
Refreshingly
up,
honest
and her
officer.
co-host, I think,
The
is trying
company
to
has
help
tried,
by
and your
asking
opinion,
the most
detective,
appropriate question.
if I may ask.
Almost a
I'm a
yes
curious and
and this
talkative
trips
person,
her
you
up,
see.
and she
Would you
cannot
say the
deliver the joke.
Debardeurs Union is...
When I think about a sperm donor, there's certain occupations I want or don't want. You know, I'm thinking about it.
Like
but,
what?
Thank you for being
I
candid.
would just like someone gainfully
Sadly,
employed.
Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. There are
Not at all.
leaflets everywhere
Not at
and
all.
banners.
And if you
Every
could
worker,
just play that
a
back
member
again,
of the board.
watch the redhead's
Most of
face.
the
She
workers
gets so
probably
excited
don't know
about
what
the
that means.
potential of a joke, and her face falls immediately.
When
In
I
its
think about a sperm
defense,
donor, there's
another
certain
said,
occupations I
demand
want
democracy.
or don't want. You know, I'm thinking
Pretty
about
tame
it. But
stuff compared to... Fortunately, they
I would just
explained
like
it.
someone gainfully
Every
employed.
time the Wild Pines group, just so you understand, this is but one of 20
about that.
field
Professional sperm
terminals
donor.
owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not
It's
only
so
are
bad,
they
and those- I
kings of the
guarantee you
company,
those are
they are
jokes that she
also
has in her
kings of the
night and set or
72,000
whatever
employees
now.
of
she's
Wild Pines
workshopping
Group.
it
on
Yes.
the show. All right, well,
Workshopping it.
since we're speaking about men and they're
That
gonna
may
talk
well
about
be.
what men
It's
find
not up to me to
attractive about
decide
women,
who.
they would all
I'm
figure
not
it out.
sure. Naturally, I assume
Right.
that was
I also
now.
feel like men don't know why
Excuse
they
me.
think you're
From
they
whom
think you're
did you
hot.
hear
They,
about
like
his
trick.
name?
I
That's the thing.
first
I
heard
think
it
we've
from
talked
the
about this
boyer at the
probably,
gate.
but like we're like, oh,
The
men
one
don't look at
whose
the details,
very
but
name
they don't know
advertises his
why they're
aversion
hot.
to
You know what I'm saying?
work.
They don't know
I think
why
he said
you're
it was,
beautiful.
They look at
"Call
the
me
details. They just don't
Manana."
see the details.
This
They
checks
see
out.
something. They see like a collection
They
of
see
things that
beautiful.
they see an impression.
Right.
Okay, you two
Mr.
are
Clare told him to.
because women
How
don't
did he?
understand what makes
Fuck
women
off,
hot.
midget.
This is the problem. That's why they spend so much
Gaumont
time with
is
fucking
short of
fingernails
stature, you see.
and worry about what fucking lipstick color.
Yes.
We don't give a shit about these things.
Extremely.
We don't care.
Keep in
And they're
mind,
going,
this is
"No,
a
no, no, it comes
negotiator
down to
Mr.
all
Clare
these
has
little
worked with
details."
before, and
that's
who was
why
more than fair
they're
with
the
him
ones who are
and the
idiots,
union.
And so they follow up, which I'm thinking that maybe they're the ones who are idiots.
I'm
But
glad
I
you
think
asked.
they just
There
they,
was-
they don't
Disappear?
realize why you're hot, but we
Yes.
know why we're hot because
We
On the
see it
last
in
day
a
of the
second.
local
Say, oh,
chapter
she's got concealer
elections,
on. And
her
da-da-da.
daughter phoned
That's
in and
not
said she
how they
wasn't
act.
running
Right.
anymore.
They say I don't
or
see it,
coming
but
to work. Indeed.
Amanda,
The
all
company
concealer in
suspects the point of the
Not
presentation
gonna help
is
with this one.
these kinds of
These
things.
two,
Thank you
they
for your
really
concern.
do think that like
We'll be
guys,
just fine.
like, we don't understand what
Of
makes a woman
course.
attractive. No, we do.
How else
Better
can
than
I
you do,
help?
Actually. Yeah. It's the one thing we're really good at.
It's
Yeah,
quite
we're pretty
straightforward.
quick about it too.
Ingredients
right, yeah.
for
No, like,
Meth
these
and
fucking dummies don't even realize
dextroamphetamine,
why a hot
GBL,
chick
and
is hot.
various
No,
synthetic
we can actually
psychedelics.
describe it.
Nice.
Honestly, it
How
might
many
be
words
quicker
do
to
you
say
want?
what
Tell
we
me how many words
can't
you.
make from the
Yeah,
stuff.
right. Either way.
Yes.
No, I
After they
didn't
clear
pull-
the
I
terminal,
didn't pull
we
any of
lose
it from
track.
the episode I
The
watched, but
actual
near
production.
the end
Wild
it just
Pine seems to
devolves
be
into
well apprised
the
of the
redhead's
local
really
trade
bummed
now.
out that
We're in
men just don't
logistics.
approach her.
It's
in
our
public.
business
She she
know.
thinks that wherever she shows
Yes,
up,
but you
she
won't
should
get
just-
anything out of
men should
Everett
just
and the dockworkers
approach her
union.
and talk to her
The
and
handle.
ask her out. And she's really
The motor
upset.
lorries
And the
at the
brunette's like,
roundabout.
I don't know what you're talking about. It happens to me all the time. And it's like, holy shit.
That's some catty
Precisely.
shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone needs to
Ginger
move the
wore any
ingredients.
more concealer,
Perhaps
she
you've
wouldn't be
noticed
there.
that a number of lorries are tangled in a
Just a
traffic
ghost.
jam at the roundabout
Well,
just now.
Getting
I'll
back
be
to
explicit.
their
If you
appearance on
find
Guys
this
We Fight.
driver, I will
So they're
share
just talking about
company
how guys
secrets with
find
you.
women attractive and how they don't
Huh,
understand things.
okay.
But Karen has it all figured out.
I like it. It's fine. Like I feel neutral about it. But
The right
two.
person,
Smart.
yes, but like you really have to listen to your
As
smells.
eager as I am to
You know what I
share
mean?
it,
Your smells, like what you like and don't like, tells you
we
so
asked
much about
East
like
Motor
how they
Track
are
to
as a
raise the
person.
drawbridge.
You think?
This is a
Yeah,
limited
because
time
I have
opportunity.
suppressed
Once the
that
complaint has been
knowledge
processed,
enough
thousands
times
of
in my
litres
life
of
where I was
roaring
like,
smells
no,
will
never
pour
ignore your
onto
smells.
this
Yeah.
area.
Jesus.
Your sense of
This
smell
solves
is
one
so
mystery.
smart. It's
Yeah.
smarter than you because it like shortcuts something in your brain. It gives you information that you don't cognitively know
Why I
how
had
to
to call East Motor Track
process, but
and
it
beg them
is
to open the drawbridge for me.
communicates so
I
much
am
essential
sorry for the
data.
inconvenience,
Yeah.
Lieutenant
A lot of our like
but we
biological-
need them
Is
trapped
everything
here.
okay?
Yeah.
This is a
Someone's
unique
hammering
opportunity.
something.
I'm
They
sure you
were very
understand.
clear that we needed this as a podcast studio, and it is the noisiest fucking place on the goddamn
They're
planet.
financing
And
this
next door is a
strike.
podcast
There was
studio
a
too.
shakedown of local business.
With all due respect
so-
to these desert cat types,
That's the cheat
precisely.
code for dating.
Smuggled out of that very...
The
It
smell.
sounds like she
So, is it
tried
appropriate
looking
to
into
say,
it
"Do you mind if I
herself,
finger your vagina
but she's
before we
clearly
talk
not the
any
type
further?
your typical
I just
lawyer
want to
man
get a
would
sense whether this is going
confide
to work
in.
out or not.
Literally.
Fine.
Yes?
I mean, I would agree that most people's sense of smell are probably smarter than she is.
Yes.
Excellent.
Good point.
According to my report,
anything else
it
you
may
wanna
come to
play?
nothing, or it may
Fine.
just blow the
Just
case
a
wider.
couple
In the
things real
meantime,
quick.
let me know if there's any other
Play
way I
this
may
clip.
be
I
of
thought this was
assistance.
interesting. They're talking about if they
That's the
have
man who was
rules
killed.
for their birthday, like rules that they
I'm
need to
afraid
follow.
this
or
is a
rules that other
discussion for
people
once
need
we've
to
cleared the
follow.
lynching question.
And I'll talk about sort of where this conversation goes, but let's just let them
Better
set
not
this up.
tie the fourth day to the backstage.
She
Not
wants
really,
to answer the
but,
question.
I
Protocol keeps her from it.
I dated someone like a long time ago who used to make me cry on my
Bah humbug.
That's your tradition. That was your birthday tradition. It was kind of a special thing, and it happened like year after year, and then one year it happened again, and I was like, "You always make me cry on my birthday. Like, is that on purpose?" And he said, "Yes."
Fuck yeah.
Yes, bitch. Yes, and I don't like you. How are you not getting the hit?
Well, so here's the thing. So I'm watching this, and I'm like, okay, to a
me a
degree, I
moment.
kind of get it. Like, I have.
The cult
Listen, I'm
never
not
does
bragging
any
about
good
having
for
a
my
really
bronchitis.
great gay best friend, but I have a guy friend who's
Go
gay.
ahead, then.
He
She's
cries
the
on his
cleaning
birthday
lady.
all the time.
She
he's,
knows
he's
the floor
over
plan and the
emotional. His friends are there. His family's there. He cries
Yes,
every
yes.
goddamn year. It's
I know
crazy.
who you
So
mean.
I thought that's what
Somewhere
she was
in
talking
the
about.
building,
But she
a
goes on to
child
say that this
starts
guy
crying.
just made her
What's
feel like
he in
shit
trouble for?
every day on her birthday intentionally.
That's what I
And- assumed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now playing my number 7 because this
What was
is
so
kind
funny?
of
He lives
how the
upstairs
conversation
in room
ends.
Oh, you're another
49.
year older, aren't
Go
you?
to the
Jesus
balcony.
Right.
Christ. You're gonna do
It's
this
one
every
of those.
year?
Thank you.
What the? Are you sure you're
We
only
should go
1
check
year
out his
older?
apartment on the balcony. See if he's
That
home.
too this time.
Because he wanted to make it about him. He sounds like a true narcissistic jerk. He wanted to make it about him and then give power. You're happy. You can't be happy without me, you know, kind of thing.
I mean, I think we did genuinely love each other, but
Sounds like it.
Like, she's delusional. She's like, that it was the best relationship I ever had.
I believe her. Yeah, that could be true.
Yes, it might be.
She seems insufferable. The other thing, and I'm noticing on your
What
clips,
happened
and
there?
on my clips too, very difficult to find a stop or start to stop.
Oh.
Because they're constantly.
It will still
talking
be
before the other
accessible
person
through
finished
the apartment
talking,
next to it.
And it's just very
That
manic.
one
The
didn't
energy on
have a
this is
door.
very Adderall-y.
Sadly,
Yeah.
indeed.
I texted you when you sent this to me. I was like, Carl, I don't even know where to start and stop. I was like, you could just hit play and we'll pause it every now and then, talk about it if you want, because I couldn't figure out a way to cut this stuff up. And the thing that I will say, I said it before, like I listened to 3 of these episodes. Just and I could do it because they were short, but they all sounded the same. Like you said, it's manic, it's nonsense. The first 15 minutes I don't care about. Then when they get into what their show is about, it's a disaster, and it's just there's no prep, there's no research.
hear
They're
someone
just killing
walking
time.
around
They're just
inside.
trying to justify renting a studio for a half hour.
And I'm super anal about cutting clips correctly. I didn't even want someone to be starting it with a breath. when
This door has been
before I
closed
cut
with
it
a
off.
padlock.
So this was very
The chalk drawn
frustrating.
number
Oh,
on the board says
the fuck down.
number.
I was
It's a
so
solid lump of
zoomed
metal,
in.
but
Why
Like,
would we
I
want
had
to
to
break into
stretch
some
the
random
like I had
citizen's
to
apartment?
see the waveforms for every single
lieutenant
breath
looked,
and
but he knows
syllable
it
and
wouldn't
try
make
and
much
cut
of a
right
right
here,
difference.
maybe it won't seem like
I
the other one's
suppose if
talking
one
over
were
the other one
committed
when I
to
cut
it,
it.
there's a pair of chain cutters.
It's super annoying. Not a good way to podcast. Not great broadcasters. And yet they claim that that's what they do for a living.
That's
is
what
comedy.
they do. That's how they make their
That
money.
isn't just a 5-pointed star.
Yeah.
It said the star and antlers was developed in even today, half a century after.
Well, we did get
The,
some laughs
the
today.
wreath of
We did,
antlers
and now it's
represents,
time
and
for
because
our
white is to symbolize. Also, some social democrats gone. Gone is the glory.
This week
You are the big communism builder
Well,
now.
someone we've seen before, someone who never disappoints with the cringe. There's a lot going on with this one.
Oh man, welcome.
Scorch.
For another round of Scorch's BMG TV. This is like episode 35, episode 15.
I think we've lost count.
Yeah, it's freaking me out, you know. Scorch, I'm me. You've got the whole crew, a bunch of people in the crowd. Thank you guys so much. You all know Megan. Give it up for Megan.
We're here.
Now, the co-host Megan, the last time we talked about Scorch, he was over at Megan's house the day after Thanksgiving. Who was our co-host who pointed out that he was getting very touchy-feely with her and like purposely like rubbing his arm? Like
Top Lobster.
Top Lobster was picking up on this thing. He'd never seen this before. He was noticing he was like, Scorch was like putting his arm over here and it would like brush against her breast.
Jenny Jingles is like, get your fucking boots off her. And
Yeah.
Top Lobster's like, are you watching what's going on up
Yeah.
top?
And it's something that I didn't pick up on, but it seems like Scorch, who probably hasn't gotten laid in a couple decades, is very hard up. And he's looking at this woman and he's trying to, like, he invited himself over to her house for the holidays because he's a lonely guy who lives with his adult roommates.
That's his way of hitting on a woman is, you like this?
So watch how this next episode starts off.
Oh, no.
This is wild.
Live in the flesh?
I love that sweater.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
I do. I love it. And it's called a cable knit or something. What's it called?
A sweater.
Yeah, I like it.
I don't know.
I like it. Can I have it?
Sure.
Raiden,
Are
if
you
you
like
remember.
trying to get me to get naked? What's happening here?
Whoa.
Yeah. Oh,
I would prefer you over Raiden, but, you know,
I love how there's one person clapping. When she said
Oh,
that.
yeah,
There's a single person.
That potato-looking woman? No, thank you.
This door is made of metal and appears to be.
Carl, I
no
said I
matter
was.
what. This is where the
I said I
cleaning
wasn't going to
lady
bring
set
this
the
up time and time again, but again,
Let's see if
I have
anyone's
heard
home.
Scorch so many
Knock
times
on
on
the
your
door.
podcast. This is the first time
No
seeing
one
this,
answers.
and
Looks
it
like the young
looks-
man we are looking
Scorch
for
looks
isn't home.
better than I thought
I
he was
think
going to
our
look.
best- we should
Everything
return
else looks
tomorrow
worse.
after we have
Megan
finished
looks
with our
worse than
day's
I
work.
thought. This
How about
set
9
is a
p.m.?
disaster.
Sound
Like
good?
I thought they were actually.
You say.
Well, what is
Tomorrow,
that?
9 p.m. right
I mean,
here.
it's like a.
Apartment number 28.
But is that a real wall? Did they
Turns
just?
out it's
did
quite
they put
tricky
that
finding
behind
someone
them?
in a big apartment.
Oh
building.
my
That's
God!
the corner
Don't
of the
worry.
bar.
Yeah,
You'll
this
get
whole
sure.
thing. This whole thing. I
Remember,
thought he was much older, but
tomorrow.
this whole thing
Oh,
looks
he's
so much
he is old.
worse.
Yeah, no, he's old.
Oh.
It's not high def. Trust me. So I think that she's now picking up because that episode that we reviewed, they cut out a big chunk of it. They started getting drunk, and it cut from
There's children in the room.
Children in the room. It cuts from them starting to get drunk to all right, we gotta end this show. We'll probably edit all this out. And so who knows what happened between these two? Probably made some moves on her in front of the kids. Not well.
And there's another dude on the couch.
The other dude, his roommate on the couch. So maybe that's what she's picking up on this. She's just like, you want to borrow my sweater? You want me to take my shirt off? Like,
Look at that face she's making too.
Yes.
My God.
He's trying to be flirtatious. And she's calling him on this. Now, he points to this Aiden person. Aiden is a minor in the audience.
Sure.
Raiden,
Are
if
you like
remember.
trying to get me to get naked? What's happening here?
Whoa.
Yeah.
I would prefer you over Raiden.
Raiden, I'm sorry, Raiden. Okay. I'd prefer you over Raiden. Now listen to this.
But, you know, a couple weeks ago I tried to get Raiden's sweater.
You should prefer me over Raiden because that'll get you like 50 in the big house,
How much
buddy.
did they get? I don't even get into that.
No, just.
Hey,
The most awkward conversation to start the show, where it's like, hey, can I borrow your sweater? Like, you trying to get me naked? Like, I'd rather get you naked than that 14-year-old kid. Like, well, I would hope so. You'd go to prison if you wanted to fuck that kid.
I declare this the cringiest cringe of the week.
Thank you. We did it, everybody.
We finally did it.
Cringe of the week.
Cringe of the year. All right. There's more to this, though, because yes, this is very exciting.
He just, no!
My favorite segment that Scorch used to do on the show. They used to cover it on Opie and Anthony all the time, and he's bringing it back, baby.
know what else is coming up today?
Do tell.
Weird news. Weird news is coming up. Give it up for weird news. Hell yeah.
Oh. Surprise, surprise.
I like how the co-host is in the dark of what they're going to be doing. There's just no rundown or anything like that. So weird news is coming back. I was like, yes, weird news. Now, if you're not familiar with the weird news segment on Scorch's PFG TV, what he does is he reads these wacky stories and has 0 takes on it. It just goes nowhere. He just reads it and goes, that's crazy, huh? All right, next.
Isn't that weird?
So let's fast forward to the weird news segment and see what's doing.
I don't know.
Hey, you know what we got
Windows
right
95 we're running here.
We are ready for this. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Because this is the return of Scorch's PFG TV of Mike, if you would.
Some are odd and some deranged, stories that are very strange. Weird news.
Lakeland, Florida. A man was arrested for 2 separate thefts that occurred within 15 minutes of one another.
Okay.
Ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
This dude, 42 years old, stands accused of 2 counts of larceny.
Oh, all right.
He was stealing things from grocery stores.
What kind of things?
Things from grocery stores.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. The interesting thing is, he stole from the same store twice within 15 minutes. Got
You're a fool.
There
Yep.
you go.
Yep.
There you go.
Wow. That's so weird.
How long would the creep off last? It's like during the scum parade, I'm just like, yeah, so there you go. All right, next story. Fuck.
When you steal grocery store things, don't ask me questions
Don't
about
ask
this story.
questions. I don't have a lot of details here.
If I'm doing a 3-minute commute, it would be my favorite show.
So great. All right, there's another one in here that I got to get to.
Shit. Mike's chopping his cake. That's killing me.
Don't drive on the opposite direction.
Then this car swerved off the road.
Fast forward to this one because the next
talk to
story
the cop.
Been there, done that.
Okay, now the guy has not only got busted for that, he got charged by the state.
Somebody's got to
right?
pay for that. Yep.
And that to me myself, to me, the weirdest part of the whole story was a guy admitted
Okay.
being drunk off of White Claws.
Oh, come on. Come on. I mean, why does he put his finger in there, though? Put your finger in the hole.
Inside, you see a set of stereo levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out tool.
All right. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
He's downplaying his excitement. The lieutenant is more than happy to show off his precious carriage.
All right, this is
The
where
dashboard lights up with orange
Scorch
glow.
cannot control
The raspberry gauge jumps, and the lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done.
Now, when they popped this guy, he said, I get off on trespassing. I have trespassed on over 1,000.
As you hold your legislate under there.
There she is. Rather should waste.
I get caught trespassing. His quote was,
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro perforations. The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's
and
headlights.
I'm thinking, dude, most of us in America, we get off on watching porn.
Let me see.
You bet.
Right
and
here.
not getting busted, right? Mike,
No, it does
That
not.
was his joke for that.
This is awful.
We
This
get
is
off on
awful.
watching Pornhub in the car.
There are
and not
many
getting
of them,
caught. And now he's gonna look
and
for
they are
validation
divided into
from
the
his buddy
first row
Mike
has
Stallion.
18
we get
dots.
off on watching porn.
The next is the longest. It runs all the way. There are so many, it's hard to count. The last row has 3. That's
Why
it.
in the car? Why does it have to be?
Thank you, Megan. What is he talking
Those are
about?
perforations.
Guys don't watch
They
porn in
represent
the
your
car.
record as an officer of the RCM.
retarded.
There
And
are
he
your
opened
statistics.
podcasts
as
from his
Alpha
car.
male
That's the
officers
weirdest
who
thing
are
I've ever
proud
heard.
of their number.
The first
yes,
row
that's a weird
represents
thing to do
your
in your
years
car.
of service.
Jerking off is
18
the
years.
craziest thing. And
Okay,
Scorch just
not
says,
bad
like,
at all.
us guys, we're
What did you do
constantly
before you
whacking it
volunteered?
off in the car, right? It's like, no, definitely not. And he's
Mike's like, that's my car.
Yeah, right. And he's taking it one step further. He's like, how many times have you gotten caught doing that? It's like, by who?
Maybe you were a
By
diplomat.
the police?
Or
What
in
do you
PR.
mean? So do you know why I pulled you over? Because I was ejaculating out the
natural,
window? That
the
is
one that
correct,
wraps
sir.
all the way
It's your
around
license and
is your number.
registration.
Wow, more than 200.
Shooting out the moon roof.
It's quite a lot.
Who are they doing
Even
this
for
show
someone
for?
who's
Like,
been
what
in the
is
force
this?
for
Is
nearly
this
2
like?
decades. Usually,
I mean, is this
clearing more
like,
than 10 cases a
he
year
used to be a radio
puts you
guy,
in the
right?
90th
Yes.
percentile
Okay.
of all RCM
and this,
officers.
like, is this a podcast? What is this?
So this is a YouTube channel now. It's a YouTube show,
Right.
video show.
Those
He
are
calls
your
it TV,
confirmed
obviously.
kills.
But
You've got
these
precisely
shows
3
get
perforations
thousands
there.
of views now. Like, I think this one's up to 3,800.
For an RCM
I don't know
officer,
if they're buying you,
especially
probably
Precinct
not.
41,
I think
which
there's
is
still
in
a
the...
lot of people
There are
who
certain
just watch this
officers
like
who
we do.
treat their kills like some
Television
kind of
is a
ghoulish game,
debacle
but
all
it
the
seems
way
as though
through.
you are, or at least
Okay,
were,
so we just
one of the
heard
good
him
ones.
talk about how,
So we have
you
that
know,
to be thankful
this guy
for.
gets off by trespassing in Japan, just
Yes.
like how he gets off by jerking
It's
off to
not a
Pornhub
problem
in
for
the
him to
yard.
state it,
And
however.
that's when he starts to get creepy with Megan.
Everyone has their own method of coping. Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies.
Can it be like in the living room?
Anything's better than annihilation.
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab.
For real.
Like as of today, no.
Look at how uncomfortable she is.
Yeah.
The
Look at her
lieutenant
looking at him like,
nods.
why are you asking me that? What's going
Right.
on?
I'll go turn off the
She
lights.
knows where this is going.
You can now see your statistics on your
no,
journal.
I'm asexual. This reminds me of when John was talking to Bobby Brown, stuttering John was, and he's like hitting on her. She goes, "Yeah, I don't like guys anymore. I don't do that. I don't hang out with guys. We should get a beer sometime." Nope, I don't want to get a beer. I don't do that. That's the energy I'm getting off of Megan right now with Scorch.
Here's one for you. Hey, where is it? Hey, Raiden, do you watch porn online?
So then he goes to the underage.
Don't ask a child
Yes.
if a child watches
Yep.
porn.
So then he goes to the underage kid in the audience and
This
asks
is
him.
on the internet, dude.
Doug, this is the best. He just embarrassed himself in front of his girlfriend. So he goes, "I'll save this." Hey, Raiden, what are you watching? And this gets even worse.
His parents are here.
Whoa. Dad's look, Mom, it's the funniest thing.
Parents are
I'm
here.
looking into the audience, right? Mom's shaking her head. Dad's interested in to know what kind.
His parents are here.
Raiden's laughing at. Hey, give it up for Raiden. You suck the third.
Yeah, Raiden's also wondering if he should right hook or left hook.
Raiden's laughing, so there you go.
You know, when I'm not watching Dabbleverse stuff or playing chess, I
Yes.
watch body cam footage.
Yes,
and
me
what,
too.
What I think this is a new subgenre. It's the pre-arrest.
Yeah.
So we're gonna watch exactly what happened before even the body cam is involved, because that's what we're watching.
What is he doing right now? It's so embarrassing what he's up to.
It's beyond embarrassing.
Imagine asking a kid what kind of porn they watch in front of that kid's parents. And then being
Why
like,
is
hey,
this-
let's give it up for him,
Yeah.
huh, everyone?
How is this still up? Like, how did somebody not tell him? You
Now
gotta
it's
take
turning
that
into
down,
a
man.
kind of
Megan, you do not have to sit in the
snow
study bar
limbo,
with this
man.
fucking creep.
What's
No,
on
you
your
don't.
mind?
Run now.
This isn't
Yeah.
your,
Walk. Whatever you can do.
whatever you can pull off. This isn't going to springboard you into fame and fortune. Not the entertainment business.
No, like you said, she may have been a fan, but now he's talking about putting fingers in holes and do children watch porn? Like, that's not. She needs to get out of here.
All right, I have one more clip.
Now
on
it's
here, and I wouldn't
turning
even
into
grab
a
this, but someone
kind
in
of
the
a
comments
snow
linked it.
limbo, man.
He's always got that toothpick.
What's on your mind?
What we're gonna see is the
Ease
toothpick was
into
flying
it.
out of
I'm
his
okay.
mouth.
Maybe
Damn it.
And
full on.
like a baby without its bibby or whatever you call pacifier. He doesn't know what.
Damn it.
All of a sudden,
I should have saved.
whoosh, whoosh. Cops are everywhere.
Now it's turning into a man. Me and narcotics
I
go,
was like,
but
look, I had to go pee. I mean,
those days are behind me.
and I still have.
There are other addictions in my life now.
I still have the police report.
Why the inquiry,
that
my man?
says, Scorch had to pee.
We have a
And when
credible
Scorch
lead,
has to
sir.
pee, he has to
Someone
pee.
on this roundabout is
And
waiting
they
for
let
a
it go,
bus
so-
shipment
Of
from the
course
harbor
they have to
to
let
load
it
it on
go.
their
Come
lorry
on.
and drive it to
So,
Jamrock.
Oh, that's so
anyway,
funny though.
I don't know how
Not
long
me,
we're gonna
man.
do this 'cause
No
I spit
way.
my toothpick out,
I
so-
don't need
Oh,
any
no.
trouble.
Oh my God. Do you want to
Shit's
have
bad
my
enough anyway.
I know.
Do you want to have my
Look, man,
narrow
I
straw?
try to stay away from the criminal.
We wouldn't say
Oh,
he's
you're going for
lying.
the
Now
big
he's
one.
taking his
Okay,
straw
wow.
and he's
Don't we
trying
have
to
like a spare in the
rip
pocket
it
or something? I've
in
seen
half.
you with a really dirty
So he
toothpick.
can
It's
use
like
that as his toothpick.
Mike, what
whatever's
you got
going
for
on
your
over at the
partner?
docks.
I'm good.
Workers got a
Have
blockade
some.
set up,
Here's something.
making demands, no way in,
Got
or
this
some pretty
beef
wild
jerky
stuff I hear.
straw over here. No
Like
big deal.
I've heard talk there's a company rep in town too, like a strike negotiator type. They know what's up. Precise demands and so on.
Hey, how's it going?
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man.
I
He
don't
doesn't
like that.
blame them. But he's
Anything
That's
else?
your story. He's still biting
Us
down
lorry
his wrist,
drivers.
trying to rip it in half.
This is
Camionneurs.
insane.
You still not my thing.
Like if a toothpick is your lifeline,
Chasing transient
bring
pleasures is
extra
a drag
toothpicks
these
everywhere
days.
you go.
Yes,
I prefer the example.
What's better than chasing transient
retirement
pleasures?
toothpick.
The more
Yeah,
transient,
and also,
the
Scorch,
better.
this is your moment. Megan offered you the straw that was in her mouth to put in your mouth.
I know. I'm surprised he said no to that.
Yeah, that's kind of a you know a green light, dude.
Look at her face.
I know, that's
right
great.
here. It's like, what are you doing? He can't go 5 or 10 minutes without a toothpick in his mouth.
Holy shit!
That's a weird addiction.
So weird.
That could be on TLC. My weird addiction.
I also don't like this.
I need something to chew on. Hey, so tell me about this stuff. Mike, did this ever affect your life? Megan, does this affect your life?
Please stop.
The most annoying things when living with the man.
I mean, clearly,
He really is. Clearly.
I mean, clearly he's a smoker. Like, clearly he has been smoking. Maybe he just quit or something. It sounds like he has the most aggressive throat cancer
Don't you
I've ever
welcome
heard.
to Revachol
But
me.
I
My
guess
grandfather
that's what's
came
going
here
on, but
from a
seriously,
3,000-year-old
bring more
racist
toothpicks.
isolationist culture,
Yeah, you know,
while
there's
your
an
ancestors
oral
came to this
thing
island
with
a
the
mere
addiction to
300
smoking
years
that's
ago.
obviously replaced with the toothpick.
Every
For it
school
to
of thought
happen
and
that
government
quickly.
has failed in this
It's
city,
just been out of his mouth.
but I
It's just
love it
fuck,
nonetheless. It belongs to
tearing
me
at the
as much
straw,
as it belongs
come
to
on.
you.
And not
It's
very
men
well.
like you
No,
who keep
he was
Revachol
desperate
divided, making
make
it
it
that
happen.
much harder for everyone to climb out of this
Shuley's weak
post-war
bladder says
limbo.
the video
What
is
he
broken.
means
I feel
is
like
fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol
It's
to
not looking
actually
good on my
attain
end, but I thought it was me.
self-determination.
It's so annoying because
It's really janky and it's freezing. You guys aren't though. It's just
the
what you're
video that I'm
playing. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try to get back onto Wi-Fi. I don't know why that would be better, but let's see if that improves things. Because I do have the fastest goddamn internet money can buy.
Oh, come on, man. I just said, welcome to Revachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind, but you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job to make
wanted
sure
to
you
a few weeks,
Silence.
months ago. I
Your
remember you
partner
saying,
needs
"What do we do with these Wednesdays?
Now's
The
your
Wednesday
moment to
episodes should it
shine."
be like revisiting old things." So first, before I get into that, my initial plan was to visit our old friend June Diane, to go back to the deep dive, check it out. If you play my number 15, this is 2 minutes into the episode, and I could not listen to any more.
And resumes his regular
I always want to go back
Whatever
to
you
June
say,
Diane,
officer.
and every time I do, it's just like, oh, this is so depressing. And bad.
Yep.
Let's see.
And I got to the
Oh,
checkout,
man.
and they said,
That's
"Are
great.
you,
God,
are you a rewards member?"
Thanks for that, but
And I
no,
said, "I
it's-
He
can't."
doesn't
Honestly,
live
I
in
made
Montenay.
such a stink. I
Nice.
said, "I can't be bothered with having
What?
another account."
Yeah, shit, man.
I know.
I don't
can't
let
have a
you know where
username.
that shit
I can't
comes
have
from.
a password.
Sarah Mirza,
I can't have
Safri,
a card.
Ilmara. They know they can't beat us
can't.
in a fair fight. So they have to get
so
us to
insufferable.
weaken
It's
ourselves
So
somehow.
insufferable.
He
I was
eyes you
talking about
warily,
this with Drew
unsure.
yesterday.
I don't
We
know
were
shit.
talking about Jason
And if I did,
Kelsey's
I
lineup,
wouldn't tell you.
And she's on there talking
What
about
do
how
you think?
difficult it is
I
to
can't leave the
raise
lorry
his
unguarded.
children,
Stuff's
and how
been
hard
getting
life
looted
is.
lately.
And it's like
It's
they
those little
probably have
kids,
at least one
sneaky.
living
There was a
nanny.
bunch of spilled
Yes,
boxes
they're
in the back of a big
extremely
lorry
wealthy
nearby.
and well-to-do and can have anything they want at any time.
Yeah,
And
I
they
knew that
want
guy.
so badly
He
to
was
be
an
a
honest
normal
driver
person,
who
to
loved
be
this country.
everyman, that they
We
make
went
up
since
these
he left.
stories. You're just like,
I haven't
oh my
had
gosh, my
anyone
trip
to
to the store
talk
was so
to.
exhausting. They wanted me to be an
It's a fucking
rewards
travesty
member.
is what it
I
is.
can't.
Yeah. And what's even crazier
Isn't it obvious?
with this story
Fucking
is,
Sealand.
and I
That
guess I thought I
beady-eyed
left this in.
Samaran.
She's talking about going to
Of
the
course, he's a
grocery
lorry
store.
driver.
All
What?
she had
He
to
can
do,
use just
and
some
like you
simple
should
tribe
know
of
if you've
natural
ever gone to
layers.
that grocery
I
store,
wouldn't be so
you
sure
should know
about
if you're
it.
a rewards member.
Not
or
until we've
like
heard what
you have
Yes,
a card or you put in your phone number. It's not a lot, and she went on to then just talk about how she gave so much shit to this poor woman working a register at a grocery store before Thanksgiving about how
Truly.
she will not sign her name to any more paperwork. I couldn't do it. I couldn't listen to the episode. Yeah,
I don't,
so it's
I
the
don't
same
know if
thing.
people are still listening to that. Are they still running that scam business they have to?
Oh, I don't know. They have a business?
Why is my controller
Yeah,
vibrating?
the podcast turns into like this thing you can sign up for, and you get these virtual classes, and they have these retreats, and it's a whole thing.
My God, really?
Everyone uses their celebrity to scam. Everyone's the hawk too.
Oh, it's when I select an item. Okay, makes sense.
Oh, I'm a celebrity now? Why do I rip off everyone who enjoys my stuff?
Is that like an assisted suicide?
There's a pile of cheap stuff.
You like sunglasses?
You want to kill yourself? Spend a
These
weekend with me.
those UV stickers are almost certainly just there.
So anyway, so then I moved. So I moved on, and I don't know. It was a few times ago that I was on here, and we talked about
These
Yellow
UV stickers are almost certain.
These are all first-rate sunglasses.
Amrine.
Yes.
That
The
visor
energy
is perfect for you, officer.
world can
If
be a
you
doozy.
don't like it,
Join Amber, who's a
sure,
psychic medium,
no
Reiki
problem.
master.
Ooh, just one perception? I will actually take that.
As she goes through her daily experiences dealing with unseen forces.
I'll take the silly visor.
Ghosts, fairies, extraterrestrials, or simply curious to dive into spirituality and the depths of being a human. This show gives you the tools needed when the energy world comes a-knocking.
It's amazing. I really wanted to get video clips.
All right,
She
dork
does some
mode.
video stuff, but they're all YouTube shorts, and they don't even seem to be her podcast episodes. So, she still does her podcast. I listen to multiple episodes. I have so much fun. She's so dumb. It's amazing. I love it. And if you start with my number one, because she did a whole show on crystals, and it's a whole deep dive into what crystals mean and everything. I listened to the whole thing. This is the only clip I pulled from it, and there's a summary at the end that gives you a pretty good idea of what she talked about.
Today we are talking all about crystals. We're talking about the science behind crystals, how they work, how to pick one, how to cleanse one, how to program one, and fun ways to use them. This is a full crystal deep dive. Here we go.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit? Everything's still cool here, officer. Drugs?
Young woman.
I don't go in for that unless you're into drugs, of course.
And she was pretty
In which
attractive and
case,
a really good body.
drugs
so
are excellent. Mwah.
And that's why
tasty
women
drugs.
think the crystals are acceptable to talk about.
Very cool.
So it was
A
so
lot
much
of
fun
the
to listen to.
coolest
Like she
detectives do
has
drugs.
bought in. This is not a
Sadly,
June Diane
I don't-
scam.
Sir,
Like she is
it
all
appears to
in
be true.
on all of this
No
stuff.
drugs in
I
sight.
think we
Not
won't
in
get
the
to
box
some
of
clips
sunglasses
where
or
she gets to a point where I'm like,
That's
I don't
even cooler.
think she's
You
just
investigating
punking
that and all.
everyone.
But,
the
Blatant
episode
lie,
I
sir.
really listened
Yet
to and
he
pulled
tells
clips
it
from,
with such
she
conviction.
decides to
We
talk to
believe
some new
if we
friends,
didn't
and
know
I'm
better.
an idiot. I guess I didn't hear the word channel.
Who
think
said
about
that?
the word channel.
It's the
I
fat
assumed that she
racist,
was going to
right?
get other psychics
I
on
bet
to
it's him.
talk.
He has an agenda against
But
me because
if
I'm
you
an
play my
immigrant
number
who works harder than
three,
he does.
She is just
He's a hater.
communicating with
No,
spiritual
I just said I
beings
work hard.
or
Okay.
imagining
Maybe
them
I'm a
in her
lorry
head.
driver too. A little.
100%.
That's not the most important thing
Yes,
about me.
and listen to
That's
how
my
she
day job.
describes this
This
first one.
is my
So,
exactly.
just opening
it's
up
such
my
a small part of my
channel,
life.
I'm gonna
It's in the
invite
rear
whoever
view
wants
mirror
to come
now.
through
I'm
first,
climbing out of
and
that hole.
the first
with
one coming
nothing.
through
I told you. I'm not.
reminds me of a
And
cartoon
what crowd
character.
is
Kind of
that?
reminds me of
Proud,
Goofy.
you know.
He's
No,
very tall and
he wasn't
lanky,
talking about, and he
but he's
doesn't
kind
want to
of
talk
like,
about them.
I think he's dancing. He's
afraid.
flailing around, like one of those
Look,
guys that are
bad
in the
people
front
doing
of
bad
like
things here.
auto body shops
That's
or
all I-
those
Here we go.
wiggly guys.
There's a tiny bit of
I don't know what
truth
they're
on the
called.
table.
Well,
Zoom
they're probably
in
about
on
as
it.
real as this being that you're seeing.
They're
coming through.
way more
You
real
okay?
than this
That's
being.
right.
The other drivers call her the lady driver.
Yeah.
Ooh,
she's the
all right.
of
Staying
Goofy
away from
that
her.
is just flailing
The way
around.
they
She's
talk
having
about
so
her.
much fun, and I think
She's no lady.
if you play the next one, I think she's just looking out her window and describing things she's seeing.
All of
because
them.
not,
I don't know.
not
Who
since
exactly is
Opie
talking about
have I
this
heard
lady
any
driver?
podcaster
All of
ever
them.
get distracted
Even the
by
one-
nature.
There's one by the statue of that king.
And I invite you to.
I
All right,
haven't
thanks.
gone near her.
The third
Oh,
driver.
that's I'm sorry.
We
sorry.
haven't talked to her.
It's number 5. Sorry.
Where exactly?
In her lorry
We
there.
allow ourselves to
All
see
right.
things with a more complex
Thanks, buddy.
eye.
I love you.
There's a squirrel staring at me right outside. That's silly.
Oh my gosh. Not since the Rosie O'Donnell TikTok account have I seen someone talking to and about squirrels on the internet.
It's amazing. Like, this show was so fun because it is just her describing nonsense, and that these characters are basically telling her that everything's gonna be fine and they're cool, and you can kind of like if you do listen to number 4, she tells you that there's a way at home to play along, and she tells you how to do it, but she doesn't really say anything.
So it's like the game to Poke and Dabbler. You
Yeah,
play along at home. Right.
Yes, exactly.
And I invite you too, if you want to tune in with me and see what kind of energy you feel as well, and allow me to confirm or, clarify whatever you may be.
Hi, who are you?
Getting little hints at. I definitely.
Why can't I talk to this human?
Okay.
I literally just got.
Are they not here?
Is that the energy? Is that like one of those ghost hunter things? Like, I'm getting cold in here. I just felt a chill.
Two popes.
Are they an illusion? Are they a ghost?
Yeah.
It's not that different from Solar, the DIY
Alright.
system that we talk about, or these socials.
Now I'm scared.
Well, right. It's like one of those things, like you can pretend that you have like imaginary friends, or
Right.
just be like multiple people inside you. It's kind of the same
Yeah.
thing.
Nope. That's what she's doing. And she talks to, or Goofy talks to her for half of this episode. And this was 20 minutes. 20 minutes. She's just, and she'll go long stretches where I kind of
You
forget
should
she's
pick
talking
that
about a
fat,
floppy guy that looks
juicy
like Goofy.
cigarette butt from
And
the
then she'll
tray.
just drop in
Light
random
it up
details.
and
Play
smoke
my
the
number
li-
8,
the
because
living
now we get a
shit.
sense of what
Your
Goofy's wearing.
Mesolithic reward. Who knows
I'm seeing
what
him
you
wearing
are?
cargo
A
pants and
monster,
like
a murderer. How
three-quarter
very
sleeve
astute of you.
shirt.
This renders it ineffectual.
His clothes
You
kind of
should
keep
look
changing
like
right now. He's
The
coming
idea
through with
seems
like
to
a
make your
skateboard
neck
kind of
expand.
vibe.
Like a cat rubbing itself against, or you could not
amazing.
do that.
You're just taking me out of
No
it.
one is
So it's
making
just some guy.
Good.
Right.
Yeah.
Thinking.
She was watching
And
the
when you're
Wiggly
done
guy and then
thinking
some
about
skateboard.
plus,
Yeah, it's just like
smoking.
Aaron Imholt walking down the street. Like,
Okay.
Whatever.
No, because she will talk for so long about being in tune with your inner self and celestial planes, and then she talks about how he just looks like a skater. And this is, I'm listening to this, I'm having fun, I'm smiling through the whole thing. When she got to this point, if you play my number 7, I laughed out loud alone in my house listening to this.
All right, and this is all
The
this
door
guy's
is
got to
closed.
say. Oh, he's
There
finally
is no
giving me a
one
name.
here
So
to
his
shower
name
me.
is
A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something. The door is closed.
I loved it. I loved it. This was so much fun. And she leaves Goofy or Keith, and she goes
The
on to
door
something
is
else.
still
Number 9 is
closed.
a long clip. There's a lot of pauses,
This
so we
door
can talk
can
through
only
it.
be still.
But
the
I think it's
lieutenant,
important to have
he
a long
doesn't
clip
like her
because she builds to something that is just so crazy. And
Kim
as
said,
it's
"Stop
going,
it.
I'm
Leave her
like,
alone."
No, you're not going to do this. And
I
she
said, "All right."
totally does.
this energy comes.
All right, I'm about to hop off. WATP is heading in the second segment, so it'll be my time to come on in a little bit.
Golden, you say?
I almost see like a golden.
Ooh, thanks for the money.
It feels like a metal box, like a gold box,
Really working
kind of
here.
floating down, tied as like a present. It feels like a magical Christmas gift.
Oh no.
The energy is very gold. Everything is like, I'm seeing gold light. It's very light. I can't sense anybody. I'm just seeing this gold box.
All right, we're gonna head
Set
over
the
here.
intention of opening it. Within it holds a
intention.
bunch of like plaid, like red and green plaid. And
Thanks for all the floor money.
I wonder if this is like a spirit of Christmas situation. Oh, how exciting. I think it is because I had an emotional response. I feel like this is Santa Claus. And I feel like I'm gonna cry for some reason. Oh, this is so exciting.
Bullshit! Do you have Imagination Land on your board?
I
Mary
do,
Jane?
actually.
Because this woman is just like playing with her own stupid.
Yes.
She needs a friend. Could you imagine if she like met someone that she could just have a conversation with? Be like, oh my gosh, this is way better than just making up bullshit.
Yeah.
My head all day
Small
long.
wrinkle.
Well, if you remember an episode you pulled from, that's where she had that guy on that had like all sorts of lumps and he
Photo.
may have had
An
cancer, and she's like,
ambrotype
I don't know,
from
pray to
the
the
turn of
fairies
the
about it
century.
and you'll be
It's the
fine.
wall.
Like, I kind of forgot.
That's how I got cancer.
Maybe she could give you comfort
Like,
and
I kind
shelter.
of forgot that she's a
Some
little bit
cigarettes
dangerous while I was
and food
listening to
money.
this because it was
Maybe
so
she's
silly. But no, she has now channeled Santa Claus, and she
No
goes on. Go to
response,
number
wherever.
10 because now she describes basically.
Alrighty, we're gonna save it up here. and probably pick it up tonight after I'm done hanging out with my friend. Thank you for joining the stream. Hit the like button, and go watch WATP tomorrow or today if you have the link. Until then, I will see you next time.
And that's what's really great about this, because and I only have a few more clips, so we don't need to get too into this, but she then gives the most basic description of what Santa Claus looks like, where he works. It's just like a gingerbread house. She goes in and she's like, oh, he's making cookies, and they kind of have a peppermint scent to them, and he's wearing a black belt. Like, it is every normal depiction of Santa that she
any
describes.
child can come up with
Yes.
all
Oh,
of this.
exactly.
There's a question that came in from Chaka John.
Sure.
This chick is so boring. Is she hot or something?